New record, by the way.
197 years old.
He's starting to look his age.
Guess how old Gary Busey is?
79.
79. What do you got, Moon?
Man. Let's see. Well, he had that accident in the 80s, and he was in his 30s, right? Oh, man. 20s, 30s. Yeah, I'll say 77.
77? Rafe Dean.
82.
Oh, 82, huh?
Congratulations to Scott Rizzuto. He is 80 years old as of this year.
80.
Wow.
Okay, so close.
Close.
80. He's starting to look 80.
One of his eyes, and I understand this because in my family we do this too as we age. One of our eyes kind of gets lower than the other. Starts to droop
Like a
down.
face droop?
Yeah. Like I've noticed that I am starting to have the eyeball droop. It's starting early.
Your left eye is a little lower than your right.
Yeah, take a look, man. Look at me in the face.
Yeah, I see it now.
It's going to be bad. But yeah, Gary's got that going on too.
My face is crooked, but I swear I think it's because I chew on one side more than the other.
You chew your
That
face
could be.
off?
I think I got a stronger face on one side.
But this recent video, Gary, when I watched it yesterday,
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, man, he's starting to...
Yeah.
Listen, he's always been an old guy in my mind. But now he's like really starting to look elderly. Mm-hmm. And this is Gary Busey from Instagram. See if you can make any sense of this.
Did you know that a dingus is an Australian dog? And they love, their favorite thing to do is to take a kangaroo to a drive-in movie.
Hell yeah, dude.
To drive a movie.
Hey, you know what their favorite thing to do is take that kangaroo.
I want to live in Gary's world.
I don't, because my pants would be down the whole time at the gas station.
I want to live where he lives.
Oh, man.
A dingus's favorite thing to do is take a kangaroo to a drive-in movie.
We're all going to be there soon enough. You know what I mean? Like, when do we start? Rafe and I were talking about the mental decline that we've already recognized in the last, year of getting up so early. And you've been doing this for so long. Like, you're well into your mental decline.
Yeah.
You're stupid as it gets.
Yep.
So dingus and kangaroo
I've lost a lot of
dates
brain
is
cells.
right
Oh,
around
dude,
the corner from us.
I've said that many times, especially these last couple of years. I think it kind of fast-forwarded. I was like, man, I'm definitely dumber than I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, but I retain information that is useless to most people.
And that makes you interesting.
Dumber, I'm slower, I'm less witty. It's just
but
happening.
sharp in other areas.
You're right. You're right.
Sharp as attack in other areas.
Have you ever seen the Gary Busey where the guy's trying to interview him?
Is this the buttered sausage?
That's fake.
No, not that one. The actual interview where he keeps telling the guys, like, no, you're doing it wrong. Start over.
This is the one where he's sitting on a
Approach me
balcony.
as if I'm having my morning coffee and you've just stumbled across me on the beach.
Oh, yeah, he's talking about a remote
turns
control or
around.
something, right?
Isn't he? That's the one where he's on a balcony. It's like overlooking the Mediterranean or something. Some gorgeous.
Yeah. He was doing
Can't
doing
remember what the
some
guy was
delivery.
interviewing him for, but he kept making him start. He goes, no. Listen to me. I'm trying to make this better for you. Approach me like a approach me like an ex-girlfriend at a mutual friend's wedding reception. Talk to me softly, like you miss me.
What would I? Is he cursing that?
What are you talking about, Gary?
He never curses. It's Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, bad interview.
Yeah, that was something about.
Gary Busey, start over.
Gary Busey.
It was some. Remember, there was another part of that where he kept talking about a remote control.
Start over.
What was it
Well, that
for?
is very interesting. Talk about remote control. So many things you can say.
Gary Busey directs his own interview. 2 minutes. It's beautiful, man.
Turn it up.
I'll look it up here.
You're doing it wrong. Listen to me.
He doesn't curse, does he?
I don't think so, but I mean, just have your finger
Here
on
we
the
go. I'm
dump.
going in raw.
Talk to me like you're personal. Like you don't interrupt me, Wait, you got to get my attention before you ask me the question. I'm giving you a scenario here. Give me something to work with. Don't just shoot the questions at me or I can't do it. Here's the deal. I'm sitting here, I'm out here by myself. You come in and you say, Gary, and I turn and look and sit up. And you introduce yourself to me and tell me what you're doing and ask me if it's okay. That'll be good.
Gary?
Hey.
Here,
I didn't see you there.
Exploring the writer and the personality.
What is your name?
My name's Tom Thurman.
Tom Thurman. Nice to meet you. I'm Gary.
Gary. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us, man.
You just walked in, huh?
Yeah.
You got this lavalier. What's this for?
Just to have 2 different versions of it.
Good idea. Okay.
Gary?
God,
Yeah.
what a weirdo.
Tom Thurman.
I love it.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Fine. How are you, man?
I've been great. What brings? What? Did you just walk in?
Just walked in.
He's walking.
That's the way.
We've never
well,
met
like
before,
it.
you say,
Oh,
wouldn't
my
you?
God.
Honestly, man, I kind of see what he's doing here. I mean, when you kind of watch it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see that. I see what he's going for, and this guy wasn't ready for that, so it's very clunky and very strange. But I feel like this is Gary Busey as normal as it gets.
Probably.
I don't know, man. It gets a little weirder as it goes on.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
it
know,
gets a
if you
little
are-
Busier.
If
But
you are tasked with going to interview Gary Busey, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what Gary
yeah,
you're getting.
and how are you not excited and ready for all this? This guy seems like dull, man.
He's a dream interview.
That's what I mean. Like, this is going to be great. This is already great. And this guy's like, just kind of, whoa, play the game.
There are a couple dream interviews I have. Like, if you were to ask me, hey, top 3 people you've never interviewed before that you would love to interview.
Go.
Gary Busey, John Daly, the golfer.
Right.
And I don't know who the number 3 is. Who would be my number
Man,
3?
I have to think about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you've really wanted Corey Feldman this whole last year.
But I wouldn't put
yeah.
him on like the.
We were talking about him earlier because I was like, he is a great follow. I
I wouldn't
think
put
I
him
love
as a
that guy.
top 3er though.
Top 3 or no, you're right.
Like like you don't know what Gary you're gonna get. John Daly, the golfer, that guy is awesome. Would just love to just shoot the crap with him.
You have the dump out.
So you're
John
looking,
Daly?
Oh, yeah.
so you're looking for more of a
Right.
conversation interview rather than something that would be broadcast. You're not thinking of it professionally. You're
No,
thinking,
I'm thinking absolutely professionally. Absolutely something to air back. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know which guy you're gonna get. You don't know where the interview's gonna go. Can you think of anybody for you? Just even one person.
No, honestly. I mean, you know, I would have said Garth Brooks, but I have a very small version of a relationship with him, so I would say no there. Man, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think. Everybody that keeps popping to mind are the giant celebrities, the Rock and all those kind of people. And honestly, I don't think I would be interested in that.
Like honestly, I don't think I would love to interview Tom Hanks. Yeah, okay,
No.
it'd be boring.
No.
It'd be okay. You're in some great movies, fine. The interview's going to go as it's going to go.
Honestly, this
When you get one of these guys, when you get your Gary Buseys, you don't know what's going to happen.
yeah. From a personal level, it would be Gary Busey, probably Christopher Guest. I find that guy so interesting and so amazing, and I think I
Again,
would get
he
something out
could
of him.
be a bore. I've heard interviews with that guy.
Is he boring? There's no way he's boring.
You'll get like serious director Christopher Guest.
No, I don't think he's serious all that much at all.
I bet you that dude's more serious than you think.
Wow.
Gary Busey, that guy ain't serious.
Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with serious. Gary Busey is serious.
When
that's
Gary
that's the entertainment
Busey
of it.
says that dinguses take kangaroos out to drive-in movies,
yes.
I think that last time Gary Busey was at a drive-in movie, he was in his car, and in his mind, he was surrounded by other cars filled
It's
with
possible.
dinguses and kangaroos.
Is it dingus? It's a dingo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the
I'm
dingo
like,
ate your baby.
yeah, I was like, a dingus is somebody.
Dingus ate your baby.
Right. Well, is a kangaroo like a big-bootied woman? Like, what are we talking about?
I
Like,
don't-
are those like a heterosexual terms?
Let's
He's talking
listen to
about
Gary
Rizz.
again.
I love how he trips
Go
over
to
his
Gary.
thought in
Look
the
up-
very beginning.
Did you know a dingus is an Australian dog, and they're beautiful, and they love. Their favorite thing to do is to take a kangaroo to a drive-in movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, my
man.
favorite part is-
Pixar.
Yeah.
He starts his sentences like I do. You know, a kangaroo,
On YouTube,
dingus.
Gary Busey's famous Buseyisms. Do you remember when he wrote that
Oh,
book?
yeah.
And he'd be like, Rizz, radio, intermittent, zebra, xylophone, Rizz.
Xylophone doesn't even start with a Z.
Yes, it does. Don't correct me. Start over. Act like, did you just arrive here? Did you just come through my front door? Well, hello, I'm Gary. What's your name? Rizz. That's an interesting name.
Oh, dude.
Riding.
A couple people in the chat have.
Gary, that starts with a W. Shut up.
Okay, Jim Carrey. I would love to interview him.
Sure.
And Flea, I just saw him on some podcast, and he just starts talking. He just tells
Flea
stories.
would be interesting.
God,
He's the
Flea
next level Gary Busey.
He'd be so awesome.
Rock and roll Gary Busey is what he is. Read his book.
My interview with Flea would be different from the interview he did with whoever. I think they were buddies.
Yeah, they were friends. He was just talking about that time. He's like, remember that time on a mountain when we were snowboarding naked?
Yeah, that was Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, that's right. You saw that as well?
Yeah.
The comments under this Gary Busey's famous Buseyisms YouTube video, this guy goes, I met Gary once. He growled at me. That was the entire conversation.
Yeah, and you know what? If Gary Busey growled at me, be totally cool with that.
He said the entire
That's a
conversation
story.
was just him growling, and then he ran away.
And of course, there's the Gary Busey buttered sausage.
Let's talk about your cable ace award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
It's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
That one was deemed as that's fake. That's
I don't want it to be fake.
You don't need it to be fake. There's so much real stuff of him saying way crazier things. Just look how he's dressed in this video, dude. They put
like Colonel Sanders.
Busey in a blazer in a director's chair, and he was ranting the whole time.
Dude.
It's amazing.
Dead or alive, are we talking?
Mostly alive, but
Okay, well, mostly alive would be Robin Williams. I mean, if you could have interviewed Robin Williams,
if he were alive.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
100%.
amazing. Some people said Steven Seagal. What a disaster.
You know what?
That would be a good
That would be good.
He was on a list yesterday of the people that are hardest to deal with work-wise.
Oh, yeah, because SNL, everybody across the board, SNL said that was the
Worst
worst
host
person.
ever.
I think not even just SNL, but
working in movies.
Working in movies. Like just a piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see many baby Garys anymore.
I know. Somebody name your baby Gary and let us know who they are.
Listen, there's a gazillion Liams and Olivias these days, right?
Yeah, there's
Every kid is either an Olivia or Liam.
It's interesting right now because this is a time where all the old stuff is resurging, but not all of it. There are some that did not make the cut. Gary is right out. It's
Gary's
gone.
out. There are names now. Maybe 30 years from now, Liam and Olivia will go the way of Gary.
Mm-hmm.
There are names that will never be popular again. Never.
Like Adolf.
Adolf, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Runt.
For obvious reasons, Adolf will never be.
It was Runt.
Elmo.
Elmo.
I know an Elmo.
Do you?
Yeah. He's actually a pretty successful dude.
But how old is he? Like
Hard to tell. He's a Muppet.
Late 30s.
Was he born before Elmo, the Sesame Street character?
You know, that's an interesting question. Probably around the same time. Right? He's late 30s, I would guess.
Elmo's been around for quite a while.
Nice guy. Horrible laugh. He was drunk on an airplane for 14 hours behind me, and I was just like...
His name is Elmo.
His name is Elmo. Yeah.
Kermit, same thing. Same reason.
Kermit.
Yo, that's coming back. That'll come back.
Kermit?
Give it a second. That's a cool old man name.
I've never heard anybody name that except for the frog.
Give it. I'm telling you.
No, Kermit
That
is...
one that's going to hit.
That is a name.
It'll have its day.
There was a famous Kermit besides the frog. I think it may have been a...
Famous Kermits.
Yeah, I think it may have been like a mass killer or something.
What?
Yeah. Look up Kermit Baby Killer. Honestly.
What?
I know it's a weird...
Come on.
It was that dude that...
Kermit Goss.
It was a doctor that was doing like late-term abortions
That's
or
it.
whatever. You're right. It was Kermit something. Not the frog.
No, and this was like a bad dude.
Interesting that they would name the frog Kermit knowing that for a
No,
children's
I think this is
program.
recent.
Oh, it was. Oh.
This was in May 2013.
Yeah.
It looks like a Kermit Gosnell.
Gosnell, that's it.
He was convicted of first-degree murder in the deaths of 3 of the infants and involuntary manslaughter in the death of an adult patient at a clinic who died from botched abortion procedure.
A bad dude. Okay, names that'll never be popular again. Gay.
Oh, yeah, I had a gay.
Gay for women.
Gay Morris was my 6th grade teacher.
Yeah, my
We
mother...
worked with a gay here.
Oh, yeah, Gay Will.
My mother knows probably 3 or 4 gays from church.
Gaye. Yeah, Gay Will.
Yeah, she was sweet.
But she would introduce herself as Gay Will.
Mm-hmm. That's her name.
Yeah, but the fact that she says her first and last name is interesting.
Oh, she's one of those people? Yeah, yeah.
It's like a sentence or like an identity. Hi, I'm Gay Moon.
Rafe is like that. I always say Rafe Williams. I can't just, or Rafe Dean. You're one of those, you got to have 2 names.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, actually, when you do walk in the room, I go, Rafe Williams.
Yeah.
Rafe Williams.
I guess I haven't noticed.
Yeah. Now
I noticed her. I just thought that was a learned thing.
Now I'm not going to do it anymore.
You know what one that I would...
Gaylord for men, by the way.
Gaylord, yes.
Like Gaylord Perry.
And Gaylord Fokker.
Yeah. Never again those names.
There was a name that I could have sworn 15, 20 years ago would never make a comeback. And it was Hank. And then a buddy of mine named their kid Hank. And I thought, well, that's weird. And then 4 seconds later, I was like, that's freaking awesome.
His name wasn't Henry?
That's a cool...
Hank is a nickname.
No, they did not name him Henry. They named him Hank.
I like it.
And I thought, man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I'm like, that is cool. And then now what do you see? There's a lot of Hanks out there. A lot of Hanks.
Well, you got your Hank Hills. You got your Hank from Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
All those names come back around, though. We talked about that before.
Yeah, but I'm giving you names that'll never come back around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like old people names come back around. It has to have some sort of real negative connotation to really get.
Ebenezer, you think Ebenezer is coming back?
Yeah, Gary's not coming. Gary is not in the bag of
Gary will be back.
I don't think that's coming back.
Gary will be back.
You think Ebenezer is going to be back?
Probably not, no. But I feel like that's...
As you said, Adolf, that's never coming back.
I don't think Ekeziah is coming back. I don't think a lot of those long biblical names are coming back.
What about like Errol?
Like Errol Flynn?
Yeah.
That's a dope name, actually.
That's a dope
That's a
name.
cool one.
But that ain't coming back.
That could come back. Errol's on the shelf. There'll be some weird future hipster name their kid Errol.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
That is a cool name. Or like Fanny.
Fanny may be done.
I'm going to go ahead and say that one's probably out.
Fanny's out.
Definitely not in the UK.
But you know what, dude? Think about all the people. Richard's still rocking. Everybody knows there's a chance you're going to be called Dick. And Richard's still rocking.
But Richard has so much
Ricky.
history.
Or Richie.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
much
understand.
history.
Well,
Fanny, there's not,
just saying. You never know.
Yeah, but Richard is being called Rich.
Sometimes.
I don't think kids would even know that Dick is the nickname for a Richard.
They'll know.
Yeah. I know 2 Dicks.
It's a rite of passage of every uncle.
Older guys.
Older guys.
That's not coming back. I don't even know if they're Richards. I've never.
Chances are they're a Richard.
Yeah, chances are, I guess, but I don't know. You know, I got a buddy, and I just saw him. Hadn't seen him in a while. He's working in a venue in New York that you know. Ran into him, and I every time I see him, I think, wow, your name is Floyd. Floyd. He's late 30s.
That's cool.
Floyd's a Leon name. I love those names.
But I had never.
White guy.
White guy, yeah. White guy, kind of punk rocker dude. He's from Canada. He lives in New York now.
Randall Pink Floyd.
Floyd.
Isn't
that crazy?
I see that as a black guy name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Leon.
You
know a white guy named Leon?
Doesn't look like a Floyd.
Nah.
Do I need a white guy named Leon?
No.
Leon Bridges.
No.
Very black.
ISIS for girls? That ain't coming back.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh,
Bertha.
yeah.
Somebody said Winston. Winston is the coolest freaking name. I knew a Winston. My daughter dated a Winston. And I remember hearing that and going, that is freaking sweet, dude. Winston is dope.
Winston is cool.
Winston was Gavin Rossdale's dog that's on the back cover of 16 Stone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if I had another dog,
Neat.
Winston's that's a top choice name. That's a good one.
Bertha, not coming back.
What about Helga?
Helga.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Maybe not
Too
here.
much horn.
I know a Wanda.
Yeah, I know a couple Wandas.
Wanda's
Really?
a wild name.
Wanda will come back.
Yeah.
Wanda's like Rhonda. Those two hang out. You're going to have a good time.
Rhonda. Is that ever coming back?
I went to school with the Rhonda. She's cool. I think Cornelius may be over.
Cornelius.
I can't see that coming back, man. That's going to be a toughie.
What about Cletus?
Cletus is tight.
You ain't naming a kid Cletus.
Call him Cleet for short. I think it's
kind of cool.
I don't know, man. I think there's a chance.
You ain't naming
Cletus
a kid.
has a shot.
Cleet.
That's the uphill that Cornelius has. Is that
Cletus.
there's no shortening.
That's the problem with Cornelius.
Yeah, that's
Cornhole.
Nelly.
No,
Neely.
when you hear the name Cletus, what comes to your mind?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
1, 2.
Like real Hoosier.
Yeah, but there are a lot of Hoosiers in America who don't. That's not a
That need
negative
names.
connotation to them.
Right.
That's cool. They'll be like, yeah, this is Cletus Jr. He's dope. Like his daddy.
Cletus is a Hoosier name.
Dude, I saw an interview with a guy, and it was like a moonshine guy. Got caught with 1,000 gallons, and his name was Popcorn. He just goes, I don't give a good damn what you think of me. My name's Popcorn Jenkins, and I run Shine. And I'm like, those guys are out there, man.
All right.
There's a guy named Popcorn. I think they're cool with Cletus.
Hell yeah.
Appalachia's not giving up Cletus, I promise you.
I do not see Cletus as a Hoosier name, and I think our definition of Hoosier is a little different. Cletus is like
You don't see Cletus as a Hoosier name?
Cletus is like
Get
a
outta here.
legit mountain name. Hoosiers are something different.
Like mountain people? Like Appalachian mountain people?
Yeah, I don't. They're not Hoosiers.
With the inbreeding?
Yeah, those are. I mean, that's a different category.
All under the umbrella, though.
I don't know.
Under the,
Oh,
know,
you think that Hoosier is the top umbrella? No, I think Hoosier is a subcategory.
I think
for
Hoosier
sure.
is an umbrella term.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
no,
And
no.
there's many branches.
Oh, yeah. There's the redneck, the white
No, I
trash.
think Hoosier is
the
a
mountain
branch.
people.
Hoosier's a very particular branch. Like Hoosiers are folks that should be doing something different or knowing better or this or that, and they're choosing poor choices. You know what I'm saying? Mountain folks or Virginia, Cletus, somebody named Cletus, like that's a born thing. You know, you're just that's a lifestyle. Hoosier's just like I don't know,
Cletus.
man. And I got some Hoosier, believe me. There's
Cletus doesn't
plenty of
have
Hoosier in
indoor
all of us.
plumbing.
Right, exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Check it out on the instant feedback. As a teacher, I could tell you every kid knows Richard is Dick. Signed, Richard.
Exactly.
Alexa, no. That's done. That's done. Amazon really killed the momentum on that one.
Thanks, Bezos.
What do you think, Lance?
Oh, Lance will be back, dude.
I know a couple Lances. That's not going anywhere.
Lance. I didn't like it. I never liked Lance. We have a great coworker named Lance Hildebrand, and he has the best voice of all people.
Yes, our new voice guy.
But I've never liked the name Lance.
Actually, every Lance I know has some crazy, awesome voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they have to.
Let me tell you something.
That's the
Lance,
thing.
Bruce, and Brent are all sitting on a shelf just waiting for their day.
Bruce is adorable.
All those names are coming back. You don't meet a lot of baby Bruces, Brents, or Lances, but
Brent.
they'll be back.
Brent is something that sounds like a minor injury that you get diagnosed with when you hit your head on a pole or something like.
I
I got a buddy, Brant.
Got this bruise over here. I got a Brent up on here, right on this hairline. This
Brant or
little-
Brent?
Brent.
I owe my networking indication to a Brent. Brent Klagus got me John Hewlett's email address, which started off my career by emailing him.
Wasn't Brent The Office, the UK version?
Oh, I think
The
so.
Michael Scott? The one Ricky Gervais played.
Yeah, he's got two first names over there too. The character is Brent Todd or something like that.
So I was also thinking these like kind of puritanical virtue names like Prudence or Charity or Chastity.
No, they'll all be back.
You think so?
Yeah,
They
those are-
already were. They had a day in the sun recently because I was worried about future strippers for a long time. I'm like, we're giving our kids stripper names now. What are the strippers going to be, in 20 years? It bothers me.
Named after cars.
Gertrude. Now coming to stage 5, it's Mildred. They're going to have to like flip the script.
Or Phyllis.
Yeah. Oh,
Phyllis.
It's Flirty Phyllis. Addy, 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 addy. Wow.
Girls, girls.
Pour some sugar on me.
Phyllis.
Phyllis will have us say again. You know what name always struck me strange? And there's a bunch of them in my family, and this is a name that will never go away. Biblical again. Paul. It sounds like a field hockey penalty or something.
Oh,
Like if you hit somebody
Paul
in the
will
face,
never go away.
Yeah, I
Too
know.
many Italians.
Hit somebody in the face with a stick. That's Pauling. Like 2 minutes for Pauling. I got Paul.
Well, listen, he's one of the major saints.
Yeah, it's never going away.
It's never going away.
It still strikes me as funny.
Yeah.
I got cousins, uncles. There's 100 Pauls in our family.
Both grandpas, Paul.
Yeah, Paul is one of the major saints, you know.
Paul.
So you'll always have Italian people naming their kids after a saint.
And it's a cool sound. I like making the sound. It's neat.
Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Bartholomew.
Bart.
That's going to have a say again, too. That's a cool one.
Bart Inman, yes.
Bart is a cool
Bart Inman,
name.
yes.
Inman will be back. Believe that.
Archibald.
Oh. Archie?
Archie will be back. There's too many moms that think Archie's cute.
Yeah, but they'll name their kid Archie.
Right. They don't know that it's derived from that name.
I'm counting that, though.
Man, you saying it right now, it's sticking in somebody's mind.
Archie?
Right now.
That's a cool name.
There will be a kid born in the next 12 months with the name Archibald or Archie, and it's from this show.
Leroy?
Hell yeah, it's coming back, baby.
Heck yeah.
Baby Leroy.
Never went away.
I love that name.
I do
and
too.
listen, of course there's Karen. But I think
Leroy Light was the janitor at my school. He was cool as hell.
Leroy?
Real good dude.
Is that the guy that taped together your duster?
It is.
That's right.
Leroy is a guy that can solve a problem.
His son was a guy that had a catfish pool. Stephen Light.
Leroy
My
is
boy.
a guy that
That's
has
a hell of a family right there.
a lot of keys on a key ring.
A lot of keys. Whether it doesn't matter
fixer.
what their job is, they have a lot of keys.
Yeah, he's got a lot of keys. He may not even be a janitor.
No, 100% though is a problem solver.
Yeah.
Leroy.
For sure.
I also feel like most Leroys have at least one door on their vehicle that's a different color.
Bless him.
You know what I mean? Like the blue Mercury Cougar with the white door they got at the pick and pull.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
Only Leroys are driving.
That's a ragtop
Cougars.
Cougar. That's a ragtop 96 Cougar.
DeVille.
And they stopped making the Cougar in '96.
Dark navy blue with a white door.
Do you think Karen will come back?
No.
Probably,
It's going to be a while.
but it's gonna have to get shelved for a while.
It's going to be a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What about Farrah?
That's cool.
I feel like Farrah was big in the Farrah Fawcett days.
Yeah,
There were a few Farrahs I knew growing up. I ain't heard a baby Farrah in a grip.
I got a Farrah.
Yeah, I like Farrah. That's a good name.
Why did you name your baby Farrah?
Was looking for an
Farrah
English.
Fawcett.
No, it was before that.
You had the poster.
Although it was before that. And then of course when she passed away, I was like, oh, were you named after Farrah Fawcett? She's like, no, man, do the math. But no, I liked the name a lot. She hated it for a while because every teacher was like, oh, Sarah.
No.
Sarah?
Idiot.
Like, no.
Farrah.
So she has to say Farrah with an F. I really liked it. I thought it was a beautiful name. It fit her really well. And I was looking for one of English origin in this instance, and I loved it.
Good.
Broomhilda.
Broomhilda.
Hildy.
Hildy.
There's a lot of shortenings here that I feel like some mom driving a Subaru Outback's going to really like.
Hey, if you name your kid Archie because of the show, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gal committed.
We'll come to the Briss.
We'll come to the Briss. We'll send Scott to the Briss.
A gal
do it.
A gal committed
He's
to
certified moil.
a gal committed to an Outback is naming their daughter Fern or the
Fern?
That's what I
Fern.
mean. But I mean, Hildy's in the Fern family, right?
I can see
I
that.
see like a wealthy suburban Denver
Right, yeah, it's Colorado for
Fern.
sure.
yoga mom
For
being like, this
sure,
is
dude.
Firm and Hildy and Archie. Oh, yeah.
Fern, like the plant?
Yeah, F-E-R-N, Fern. Fern and Vern.
Was it from Animal House? Wasn't somebody named Fern
I don't remember.
in Animal House?
I don't remember that.
Fern. That's an old.
That's an
timey
old one.
name.
But think
That's
about
an
it.
old name.
But it's naturey.
It's like
easy,
Rose.
it's simple. It's pretty.
Like Rose.
Both of those are going to come in hot. You watch. Fern and Rose coming in top 50
Rose. All right.
in the next 5 years. Fern and Rose.
5 years. We'll
Yep. Oh,
We'll revisit
my
this.
my daughter Fern's getting married to Archie.
We'll revisit this in 5 years. All right. let's talk weddings for a moment because there's a big debate going on online. And anybody got any weddings coming up?
No.
I don't think so.
You've been to dry weddings before, right?
Yes.
I've never been to a dry wedding.
Really?
I've never been to a dry wedding.
Because you wouldn't go?
No, I just was never invited to one. I've been to a lot of weddings. I just never have been to a dry wedding before. And I don't know how I would handle it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
I would go,
That makes me concerned for you guys.
No, I feel like in the 60s, people had dry weddings all the time. Like, it didn't become a thing to get hammered until the late 70s and 80s. Oh, yeah.
Should I be concerned that I have friends that think that they're not sure how they would handle themselves at a wedding
it's not like
without alcohol?
I'm going to throw myself on the floor.
I'm going to start breaking stuff.
How do you expect people to do the worm during
And
showers
that's gonna be
if
my
they're
point.
not fully loaded?
And that's going to be my point here. So there's a big debate on whether couples should feel obligated to provide an open bar. Now, so we all know the usual wedding expectations: beautiful dress, the dancing, emotional speeches, and of course, plenty of food and drink. But what happens when the bride and groom don't drink? So a woman named Katie, she kind of sparked this debate on social media when she shared her thoughts about the pressure to have an open bar at her wedding, which is coming up. Even though neither she nor her husband-to-be, they don't drink. So she questioned why it's almost expected to provide free alcohol for guests, asking, must we pay for this? Listen, your wedding could be whatever you want your wedding to be. You want it to suck? Fine. Fine.
Well, now, when you say dry wedding, I mean, that's a wedding with no alcohol. Now, you can have a bar that's open that's not an open bar.
Cash bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash bar. Thank you.
Which also sucks, but.
Right, but you don't consider that a dry wedding.
No.
Okay.
I've been to a cash bar wedding.
Yeah, I think, and what do you feel that sucks?
Yeah.
Well, then, I mean,
yeah, honestly.
Listen, I think most people, if you hear cash bar or dry wedding, you're drinking in the parking lot. Y'all are getting together and tailgating anyway, right? I mean, if you have to be hammered at a wedding, you'll figure it out.
It's not that I have to be hammered.
Right? No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
You know, I need sometimes a little, lubrication to get me going. You know, when the chicken dance comes on.
Yeah. Want to get out
because. Yeah, I got a couple drinks in me. I'm out there.
Liquid courage.
I'm out there.
That's what's up.
That is what's up.
I like that version of you.
So, I guess her post received a mix of responses. You know, some people like, yeah, of course you shouldn't have to pay for alcohol if you don't drink. If guests truly care about you, then they'll understand if there's no open bar. Others are like, hey, listen, weddings are social events, and guests often expect certain things, like a drink or two on the house.
Yeah. You don't have to go crazy. I don't drink, but if I ever got married, there's going to be booze at my wedding because I ain't going to do my friends like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have to go wild. You don't have to be total open bar. You can just be like, hey, I paid for 2 kegs. And you can, and it's.
Yeah, first hour's on us.
And it's cash bar.
Exactly. I think.
Yeah.
That's not that big of a deal.
Most of the weddings I've gone to have been, I think it's open bar for the first hour, or is it an hour?
Cocktail hour, maybe.
Something like that. And then it's cash bar.
Yeah, and you could do, even if there's a happy medium somewhere in there, just be like, all right, I bought 2 kegs. And if you want liquor, it's cash bar.
Do places let you bring your own beer?
People would get over it.
Depends on the venue.
Yeah, I was going to say, are there venues, is that a standard or not a standard for BYOB stuff?
I'm sorry, say that again?
For venues, like what's the standard for the BYOB kind of vibe?
Yeah, again, it depends.
Right, but I'm saying, is it unheard of? Is it rare? Is it 50-50?
Sometimes they'll charge you extra to, like, if they have to have their liquor license, obviously. But if you want a certain type of beer, like let's say you wanted Four Hands to have kegs and maybe they don't have a deal with that brewery, sometimes it's extra, or I don't know what the business side of it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny how some of the responses to this post, I mean, some people are like, you do not have to have liquor at your wedding. If your friends love you, they will understand. And then somebody's like, yeah, it's called having a party. It's a social event. It's not all about your preferences.
Oh, man.
What's wrong with, I mean, I've snuck in like a flask into a wedding, like the ceremony. Like, just bring your own. I've gone through.
That's the side of an expert right there.
Also,
that's highly problematic, honestly.
I mean, you guys aren't worrying us at all.
No, because, I always have like a little
Was
bottle
it your
of Fireball.
wedding?
Yes. I had it on my garter.
You had it in the boobie of your wedding dress?
Of course.
Like in the middle of vows, you took a big swig?
No, please. My wedding was free alcohol for everybody, even the people that probably shouldn't have been drinking.
Everybody checking in on social media and on our instant feedback here, saying the dry weddings they've been at have sucked.
Sucked, I'm sure. There's also like, there's an implied trade-off. There's an implied trade-off of like, you're getting us a gift. You're probably registered. They spent money. They probably had to go out and get a dress or a suit. Like you're asking a lot of people, all right, to come to this event. Like, the least you could do is lube them up a little bit.
Right.
You know?
A drink or two on me.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Hey,
the trade-off that you get is way better.
We got beer. We got red and white wine. That's fine.
Hey, what about remember that recent story of the couple that was charging like a door cover, but saying that, don't bring gifts? So in lieu of you purchasing something or dropping a check off, which is what you're going to do. So, I mean, essentially, you're paying a cover fee anyway to get in the party, eat the food, drink the booze. So what about getting charged a cover charge, open bar? Are people going to bitch about that? I'm sure they're going to bitch about that.
There was just another big story like that. A couple charges wedding guests $333 each in an effort to save money.
Well, now that's a bit excessive in my world.
$333.
I was talking
newlyweds Nova and Remo Style explained why they decided to charge guests to attend their celebration as much as if they were attending a concert.
A concert? Yeah, a Rolling Stones concert. $333. Wait, is this New York or something?
Yes.
Listen, I can understand $50. Hey, it's a $50 cover.
Right.
Me and the wife are coming. We give them $100.
That's reasonable.
So that was probably some of the wedding gift anyway. Now I don't have to go shopping or think about any of that, or think about the comparison of my check to everybody else's checks. Whatever anxiety may come with the gift giving. And now I get to come in. I get to have the open bar if that's what I choose for. I get the dinner. I get the party. I get to celebrate your whole thing. I kind of like the idea of the wedding cover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see what I get for my $333 here.
Yeah, like what is the take home?
So their wedding cost $70,000.
Damn.
Whoa.
So they charged everybody $333. 60 of the 150 invited guests paid and came.
Well, you know what? I take it back. If I had to pay $330, but you telling me I'm getting a $70,000 party?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what it's about.
So what did wedding guests get besides witnessing the nuptials? The wedding ticket earned friends and family a spot on a double-decker tour bus, a steak and lobster dinner, and a 12-hour New York City adventure.
That's kind of fun, especially if you've never been there before.
I love this.
Yeah, that's fine. Also, can we talk about
That's pretty all right.
I don't really like the, and I don't think anybody really ever likes the little guest gift that everybody gets when they get to their seat. It's never anything amazing, right? No, sometimes it's a little chocolate with their initials on it, and you eat that before you even leave the wedding reception.
Give me a book of matches, something I could use.
Yeah, save money on that. The guests don't need a gift for coming to your wedding.
And you don't need chair
Aunt
covers.
Debbie's homemade saltwater taffy.
Exactly.
I'm not eating that. No, it's really good. She makes it in her basement. No, I'm good on that. Thanks, Aunt Debbie.
So what do wedding etiquette experts say about serving drinks at a wedding?
Do it.
They said some say that an open bar is a nice gesture, especially since guests often spend a lot to attend a wedding, as you guys mentioned. However, it's not a hard and fast rule. etiquette experts say it's ultimately up to the couple to decide what works best for them and their budget. Although, they do say open bars are best. And it's important to remember that you are entertaining your guests.
Right.
And one thing to keep in mind is the guests might not be as inclined to join in on the festivities if they aren't as celebratory as they hope. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lubed up.
Lube them up. They need that. That's the gift. Is a free shot of Fireball.
Of courage.
And then they will go
and then
out.
The cha-cha slide comes on, and I am out there.
What about you? Like to dance whenever after all the serious stuff is over and they're trying to open up the dance floor with the band or the DJ or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Are you always first to go out there, or do you wait for others?
It's been
one
both.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you out pretty early on.
That's great.
I'll go early.
I love that.
Some things.
The last wedding we were at, my buddy Dan and Lindsay, I danced for 3 hours.
Yes.
My shirt was translucent.
This is the level of friendship that I want out of all my friends. Why can't they be more like you with the dancing?
Some people are so self-conscious.
Yeah.
Listen, I look like a fool.
Who cares?
I don't care.
It's a dance floor. That's where you're supposed to look like a fool.
I'm shaking my tail feather out there.
Hell
I get
yes.
out there, sans lube.
I know, and that's what's
Which
great
is
about
even
you.
more special.
I'll be the first one out.
That's
I'll
even
kick
more
things
special.
off.
Yeah, me too.
I got no problem with it.
Okay, here's another question about alcohol. Would you let your kids drink at home before they turn 21? We may have touched upon this before, but again, this is something that's been hot on social media lately.
Yeah.
Would you let your kids try alcohol at home before they turn 21, if they asked?
Yeah, I probably would. I mean, I would definitely be one of those parents. It's like, you're not leaving the house.
Cool, Mom.
Cool, yeah.
I'm not trying to brag, but with the women I was raised with.
Cool, Mom.
And the things that I've been through, yeah, I just feel like that's how I would be. But I would be very protective. I would not want them to leave.
Right.
There would be keys being taken away.
So if they're showing interest, they're probably going to try it anyway.
Right.
So is it best to let them try it at home when they're safe with their parents?
You guys are all parents, so I feel like you can't really talk about this because...
I noticed little Thatcher was showing an interest in opiates.
Yeah. Please draw the line somewhere.
All right. You can do them at home.
Yeah.
Here's one of Daddy's Percocets.
Here's
Little Thatcher.
Here's one of Daddy's Percocets.
My son's been showing
Smoke.
interest.
Take half. Let's be responsible here.
My son's been showing interest in prostitutes.
Well, as long as you're doing it here. As long as the girls are
in the
coming here.
safety of our own
safety
home.
of our house, yes. I know, because when we were at the all-inclusive last week, we had 2 rooms. So the kids stayed in one room and we stayed on the other. And in the fridge was, beer. So the kids were by themselves at night. Mm-hmm. So the guy who showed us the room was like, hey, do you want us to remove the liquor from the kids' room?
You said, no, these kids are on vacation.
I said, let's see what
happens.
See what happens here. Little experiment. I don't think they opened the fridge once.
Yeah. Well, luckily for parents now, I mean, kids aren't drinking like we did. People are not experimenting as much, or at least that's what the stats say, right?
Everyone's still worried their kids are dorks, that they're like, you're in there like, all right, well, I will not be checking in, and I did not mark these bottles, so, you guys just do whatever you want to do. I'm cool, you're cool, we're all cool here.
And by the way...
We're talking about 20 and a half, we're talking about 17.
By the way, I want to do the experiment. My wife's like, no, get the liquor out of there. Okay. I was like, let them have it. We're in Mexico.
Legal drinking down there is 16, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a 13 and a 15-year-old. Come on, it's fine.
Would you know at home? Like, I've been to your home. You've got a nice little...
I got a nice little
whiskey
setup.
cabinet, if you will. Would you know if your kids got in it?
No.
You don't, mark the bottles or pay attention to that kind of stuff?
I don't. It's not locked.
Yeah, all of our stuff was...
Cool Dad's kind of leaving the door cracked.
It's not locked.
All of our stuff was out. And
Am I there? Do I have to do this now?
You're probably there. I honestly thought about that not long ago because we had stuff just down there for the band or for whoever. You know, like it just hadn't got. When we stopped drinking, we just didn't get rid of it. It was just in a bar that was never being used. And I thought about that one day. I was like, wait a second, all this stuff is down there. I would have no idea what's been touched or not.
You know, if my kids,
I came in here and gave you guys some stuff because I was like, I got to get this out of the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If my kids are anything like me, I dare not touch my parents' stuff. My friends were the ones that were like,
and that's honestly that was the reason I was like, I have to get this out of here.
Influences.
Yeah, but not my perfect children. It's these.
That's why I was curious if, would you know if a bottle was missing?
I wouldn't.
So like a friend of the boy could come in, and I'm only choosing him because he's older, and could be like, hey, I swiped this from your dad's cabinet, and you wouldn't even know?
No. I wouldn't.
The only instance,
and I'm honest.
The only instance I found myself in when you were talking about the vacation, I forgot about this. When we took the kids on the cruise, the Disney cruise, it goes down to Nassau and a couple other places.
Yeah.
And rules are different. And now my oldest daughter was, how old was she? Probably 19, 20. I think she was 19 or 20. Definitely close to 21, if not around there. And now I trust this kid. And I remember her saying like, hey, I can have a beer here. And she was kind of like asking me. And
how old?
I want to say she was 20.
20.
And what I said, I was like, I got no ruling here. Like this is not on me. I appreciate that you're bringing it to my attention, but like this is your choice, your body, dude. And I think she may have had one, but I think she probably knew that I was a little uncomfortable with it.
Well, if 20 years old, I think is way different than 16, still in high school.
What year that was? Do you remember what year we did that cruise? It was. She wasn't mid-20s like she is now. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, is it an opportunity for parents to teach kids how to drink responsibly? Otherwise, they're going to end up trying it for the first time at a party or in a field somewhere.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I think I probably would have considered this. Now, no.
And you can serve them like, oh, okay, give them the worst thing that you have in your cabinet. And then that will turn them away from wanting to drink anything like that. Hopefully. Because that's what I would do. My mom had a huge bar in her basement.
Give
Still
them
does.
the worst drink possible?
Yeah, the Rumpelmints or whatever is disgusting. Or Jaeger.
You have Rumpelmints at your house?
Probably. My mom has a huge bar in her basement. It's like, and we had the party house, so she knew what was going on.
Yeah.
My parents never checked that stupid bar. And it was a lot of my friends. But also, it was like parties I threw, everybody stayed the night. Everybody. She didn't know those parties were going on either. They were out of town.
Seems like you're covering for your mom a little bit to back into this story.
Well, I don't want to paint my mom as being this like
cool.
She was very strict.
There's one thing about, all right, you have a beer with your son.
Yeah.
All right, he's 16, you have a beer with your son at home. Here's what beer tastes like, son. We're doing this together.
Right.
Like, Rusty and Clark Griswold.
For sure.
Sharon.
In the 80s, I took a taste out of my dad's Busch beer every time I went to the fridge to get it for him. He'd be like, Lauren, go get me a beer. I'm watching the Cardinals game. And as a little kid, I'd be like, I want to know what that tastes like because it had mountains on it. And he would let me.
I had a buddy.
Did you like it or did you think it was gross?
It was gross every time, but still did it.
But I had a buddy in high school who his parents let him drink at his house and also the friends drink at the house.
Yeah, I had friends like that.
Whoa. Without the parents knowing.
Without the parents knowing.
That's...
Yeah, because if I were to tell my mom, hey, I'm going to Pat's house to go drink.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm 16.
Dude,
get out of here.
And how do you feel about that now as a parent? If you found out that your son was going over someplace frequently because the cool dad and cool mom over there were letting so-and-so drink and the friends drink, what do you do? What does Scott Rizzuto do?
I'm not delusional. Knowing, I know what kids do in high school.
No. You're in the situation where you find out the parents of the friend of one of your sons is having them drink at that house and not telling you. You're a 16-year-old boy.
Oh, listen, the parents we put in a certain category.
Okay, but what do you do?
I don't
do you
what
say
category?
anything?
parents we want to hang with.
Cool parents.
Yeah.
You don't do anything? You just let him go, like, and next time he's like, I want to go to Todd's. Hey, Dad, I want to go to Todd's house.
What are you going to be doing, drinking?
Well, he's not going to say. But of course, that's exactly why he's going to Todd's
that's why he's
house.
going to Todd's house.
So what do you do? Okay. I'm so curious.
I guess I don't know. I don't know.
You don't let him go to Todd's house?
I don't know.
You better start thinking about this. These are the years.
Todd's right
But you
around
have to
the corner,
talk with
bud.
your kids like, hey, if there is drinking at this party, I don't want you driving or getting in the car with, you have that talk with your kid.
So you're a cool dad too then.
This isn't even parties.
You are not drawing a line there and saying you are not drinking. You're letting your kid experiment with drinking. Then.
No, I'm not encouraging it. But I'm not going to be naive.
Sure.
But aren't you encouraging it in some way if you know that Todd's house is Boo's house and your son wants to go to Todd's house all the time? It's a Tuesday night. He's like, hey, I'm going to Todd's.
Tuesday night, I'm going to go, you're drinking during the week?
Toddy Tuesdays.
What does he care? He doesn't know any better. He's 16 years old. You're supposed to be looking out for the guy.
But if I know he's going to Todd's house during the week to drink.
You don't know anything. You just know that Todd's parents are totally fine with him drinking the booze. That's all you know.
Do I not trust my kid?
It's not about trusting your kid. You can trust your kid and still know that he's still a kid.
Are you letting your kid go to Todd's house?
No, I'm not letting. No, probably not. If I now have full knowledge that Todd's parents are so cool that all the friends are getting together and drinking, and my son's suddenly interested in going over
I know
someplace?
Todd's older sister, their friends used to go and drink at Todd's parents' house. I don't know if they're doing it now.
At the risk of my 16-year-old son being super mad, I don't care if you're mad. It's still my responsibility to keep you out of harm's way, and I'm sorry. At 16 years old, alcohol is harm's way for you.
Why wouldn't you
bud?
talk to Todd's parents then and just go mature parent to mature parent without the kids knowing, hey, when my kid comes over here, I do not want him drinking?
Because I feel like fully knowing that if I found out that Todd's parents are letting kids drink over there, and I found this out not via Todd's parents asking me, is it okay if my 16-year-old son drinks over there? Then I already can't trust these people, and I certainly know that me talking to them or asking something of them is going to go nowhere except for maybe just putting a wedge between me and them. What am I going to do? Be respected in that scenario? I've already not been respected.
Different parenting style. Like I said, yeah, I would let my kid drink at home if they wanted to experiment with it and like whatever. And I'm also not naive. And if I had you come over to my house and be like, when my daughter comes over here, I do not want her drinking, I would completely respect that. I would not be like, because that's not my child. I'm going to parent how I'm going to parent. But if a parent told me what they needed from me to do as like a parent that's there, I would completely respect that.
Yeah, I'm going to drink, by the way.
I don't know. Call me no fun, but at some point that kid's going to come back and thank me. Everybody I know that was, whatever. I'm just saying, it's my job. I'm not your friend. I'm your parent.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I don't want my kid going to Todd's house to drink.
Poor Todd listening right now and be like, I was a good kid.
Todd's already hammered.
No, Todd's parents are a-holes if they're letting other kids drink at the house.
All the Todds in my life were stoners. They didn't
Todd's
drink
parents
at all.
are taking...
Mine too.
Isn't
actually.
it sadder, though? Hold on. Pump the brakes on this argument. So if you're only letting your kid drink at home because you're like, I'll parent my way, isn't that way sadder if your friends come over and be like, man, Todd's wasted. His parents let him get canned in the basement. They don't let us touch the stuff. Like, part of that experience is like doing it with your friends, right? Like, what happens when we...
You think I'm going to let a kid...
Everybody went to that party where like a
kid drink at my house and me knowing...
No, but it's
That's what I mean.
It's a lot harder to say, I'll respect that you don't want your kid drink. Are you going to sit in the basement with them the whole night?
2 words.
While your kid drinks and be like, don't you touch it.
2 words.
Don't you your parents came over here.
Rafe, culpable deniability.
Exactly.
You
That's
don't
my
tell
point.
me what's going on in the basement.
Exactly. What happens in the basement stays in the basement.
That's right.
And that's...
Why are you telling people?
That's really the unspoken rule of cool mom and cool dad. So it's kind of hard to say you'd be able to like enforce other parents' rules like that. It's also kind of sad if the kid's just down there getting completely annihilated alone.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, your parents aren't cool. My mom's awesome.
But you would take the alcohol out. You would be like, all of this is going away. Your friends are coming over. This is not happening.
Don't tell me what's going on in the basement.
So if
that would make it even
you're
worse.
cool with kids drinking, as long as they stay the night, and one parent says no, you're canceling the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make my kid now the leper.
I don't want other kids drinking. I don't want to be responsible for that. I'm only responsible for my kid. So
your kid gets drunk as hell.
no,
while the
they're
other
not,
kids.
they're not going to get drunk while they're friends.
Chill.
You're already not Todd's parents. You're already not in the situation that we're talking about. Because we're talking about somebody that is letting the kids drink and not telling other parents.
Well, here are the rules, by the way, in Missouri.
Okay.
The fun part of it, by the way, is like everyone had that friend that like the first time you drink beer, he drank like 3 drinks of a Keystone Light and then pretended to be drunk.
Yeah.
Because you act like you think you're supposed to act, you know? I remember my friend Travis he drank like half a beer and he was like falling all over the place. We're like, dude, you're definitely not drunk, man.
Listen, I was...
I can't even see you guys right now. And I'm like, okay, man, well, you go lay in the corner. We all drank a half a beer.
I was the kid that I would take the beer and like dump it out. I hated the taste of beer.
It's gross.
Hated it. And I would just walk around with like a...
Half can.
That's
the move.
You need another one? Nah, I still got some left.
I do that today.
Slosh.
That's the move at 39 as well.
Yeah, I got to go to the bathroom and dump half the can.
Yeah, you really milked that fireball shot at the home run derby. I was proud of you for that.
See that?
She was giving shots to Fastlane and just taking the same fireball out, and she'd turn it upside down and just like purse her lips.
Yeah.
When they weren't looking, just put it back in her little.
Did you go glug glug?
Glug, glug, glug. Yep.
So the rules in Missouri. In Missouri, minors can drink alcohol at home if a parent or legal guardian buys it and the consumption takes place on private property. However, obviously Missouri has a zero-tolerance policy for drinking and driving, especially for people under 21. If a driver under 21 has a blood alcohol level of 0.02% or higher, they will be charged with DWI. Other alcohol laws in Missouri, providing a minor with a fake ID to buy alcohol is a Class A misdemeanor. Penalties for underage drinking can include fines up to $1,000, imprisonment for up to 1 year, court costs, attorney fees, license suspension or revocation, and child welfare endangerment. Here's the real kicker here. Property owners can be liable if they knowingly allow someone under 21 to drink or possess alcohol on their property. So that's somebody else drinking on your property, not your kid.
Yeah.
If that's not your legal kid,
you're in trouble.
You are in trouble. Illinois, it's legal for people under 21 to drink alcohol at home if they are with a parent or guardian who approves and directly supervises their consumption. Come on, Thatcher, pound it.
Chug.
This rule applies even if the minor is being watched in their own home. However, the minor cannot drink at a restaurant or bar. So minors can possess alcohol with a parent or guardian. Minors can drink alcohol as part of a religious ceremony or service. Sacramental wine, so that's okay.
We can bless the rocks. We can bless the voids. We can bless the trees.
That's from Men in Tights.
That's right.
Did you know anybody that had parents who smoked weed with them?
There was a kid that we knew, Danny and Pat. Dan and Pat lived in this neighborhood that just had all the cool dads and cool moms. And there was a mom, never went to the house, but they did. And it was I think Steve.
With their high school?
Steve's mom. Steve's mom was pretty well known for smoking weed with the kids, providing and smoking weed with the kids. Steve, right down the road. And this was like a nice neighborhood. They had nicer houses than I'd ever seen. And yet, it was party central.
Yeah. My buddy Ben,
central.
my old roommate, Ben, his dad, old school hippie, smoked a lot of weed with him. A lot of weed. A lot.
You'd hear about it. And this was, I hate to say, I hate to stereotype, but he was definitely the kid that mom was providing weed, if you know what I'm saying. And he burned out pretty quick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He was...
Did not turn out well for Steve?
I don't think it went well.
Huh.
No. And I knew him, for many years. But, you kind of saw it coming, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. Yeah, they were friends, not parents.
Totally.
Right.
I had a lot of friends that their parents smoked a ton of weed, and they decided to never get into weed at all.
Yeah, because of that?
Yeah, they just were like completely turned off and wanted to do that seemed the opposite of what their parents had done.
Because you do it to rebel against your parents, and if your parents are doing it, I'm going to rebel by not doing it.
Yeah.
Sobriety is rebellion.
That doesn't always work, but it did in a couple of cases in my life.
All right, we got to take a break, but first... All right, it's brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Book your fantasy football draft party this season at Hot Shots. Visit hotshotsnet.com/fantasy. From St. Louis, Laura Shrew is our team member today. Laura is a devoted podcast weirdo, has attended many Point/RizzShow events over the years, has become a fan of the show since her sister became a RizzShow member back in 2017.
Fun.
Loves the crew, but misses Jeff Burton immensely, and she does rock her Jeff sticker on her water bottle every day. Loves In Memoriam, loves Password, loves Good or Gross, also loves how mad I get about everything. What? Lern's representation of cat ladies everywhere.
Nice.
Rafe's relatability, Moon's voice of reason, and King Scott's under the radar jokes. Laura Shrew from St. Louis is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz.
Hey, this is Trailer Trash Tammy, and you're listening to the Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. Rafe's friend Sarah Perry's going to come in. She'll be here in about a half hour.
Yeah.
So she is at what club tonight?
Helium Comedy Club.
And you will be doing a set?
Yeah, I'm going to pop in and do a guest set. She brought some other funny comics with her, and she's great. She's from St. Louis, so it's always nice to see, born and raised. She moved to Chicago, started killing it in comedy, and it's always cool to see a hometown kid get to come home and do a show.
Yeah, she was, back in 2021, voted best stand-up comic by the Chicago Reader.
That is
correct. I guess she's up in Chicago, so.
Yep.
She'll be stopping by. Also, our friends Chris Blair and Chuck Wallace will be stopping in around 9 o'clock to discuss the big happenings at the racetrack this weekend. IndyCar racing. Saturday, the Worldwide Technology Raceway, Bommarito 500. It's a big deal, so we'll be talking a little racing later with Chris and Chuck. Have you been to a store yet and you seen the Halloween stuff out?
Oh, yeah.
I know Home Depot's got some of the stuff out already.
Marshall's.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Home Depot's the one that has the 9-foot skeleton, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have that whole seasonal section, so, I mean, what else are they going to have right now?
I don't know. It's not, the kids are not even at school yet.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, they have that whole section that's, on the front wall. I forget where I guess it's in between the
Gardening.
Like the customer service and the checkouts, but that's literally a seasonal section. After 4th of July, what the hell else are they supposed to have?
Yeah, I guess.
There's no more summer stuff. The grills are kind of over here on clearance, or they're still outside
You got back
on
to
the chains.
school.
Back to school, Home Depot.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm running through my head what the major events are after 4th of July.
Well, I mean, think about it. So as soon as Halloween is over, it's going to be a little bit of Thanksgiving stuff, and it'll be all Christmas. All Christmas. So that's a good amount of time right there.
Is it too early for spooky season?
I disagree. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I was driving to band practice last night in Chesterfield, and somebody had in their lawn a skeleton and a lawn chair with a cooler, and the cooler was open, and in really scary blood writing, it just said soon. And I was like, hell yeah.
Where was this at?
It's in a really nice subdivision with a really cool. I want to know who lives there because
they
we
must
could be
go
friends.
if they already got a skeleton on the front lawn.
Summer skeleton.
They must go all out for Halloween.
I can't wait.
I'll go trick or treating at that house. Last year, Halloween spending hit a record $12.2 billion. And I guess retailers are trying to attract early buyers. Have you bought anything yet for Halloween?
No, I've been very tempted. I was at Marshall's the other day, and I did walked around, saw a really cool Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein bust head that I was like, do I need this? Yes, I do. Didn't do it, though.
We're a couple days before family. Like we got we got a couple things in the basement. Put out a couple wooden pumpkins. Maybe throw some cobwebs up on the door.
Yeah.
We'll change the wreath.
I was thinking about that yesterday, actually. Like, do I want to do it in September or do I want to do it October 1st? And I think Tim has just kind of given up with me because I get excited for Halloween, and I think he doesn't care. He's like, just put your stuff in.
Yeah, listen, just do your thing. Leave him out of it.
But I do kind of want one of those 14-foot tall Home Depot skeleton guys.
Yeah, those, when you do see one on a lawn or
Very
next to
cool.
a house, it does take your breath away. You go, man, that is, where are we going to put that when it's not up?
They're cool.
You have to have a big enough basement with storage.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered something yesterday.
What'd you get?
For Halloween?
Yeah, they got me. God dang it, the Instagram ad got me. It was like a candle that casts a shadow of Nosferatu.
That looks cool as
saw
hell.
that.
It's cool. Man.
I saw that.
Pretty cool.
You got to tell me if that works or not.
I'm excited. It looks like Nosferatu's going up the stairs because it has like a little stair railing and the outline of him. And I was
bought it, huh?
Yeah, I went for
awesome.
it.
They got you.
It was cool.
How much?
Not a lot.
40?
40.
A little more.
What?
Get out of here.
Oh.
50.
How much? 50? Okay.
50.
Right on.
All right. Hope it works.
That movie's coming out, too, with a new actor, right? Isn't
so.
Pennywise
Nosferatu?
guy going to be Nosferatu as well?
Probably.
Bill
Well, we got to
Skarsgård?
start thinking about our
Man.
costumes for the shipwrecked Halloween party.
I've already been.
Oh, you know
streaming.
what you're going to be?
I have a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So we got the shipwrecked Halloween party Saturday night, October 26th, over at Ballpark Village. The whole place is going to be shut down for us.
So much fun.
So much fun. So shipwrecked, I guess, take it how you will.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean? You want to be Gilligan?
What do you think the most popular costume is going to be this year?
I think people will try to pull off the Jack Sparrow.
Me too.
And
But
mermaids, hot mermaids everywhere.
What was last year? Last year was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
This is a good opportunity to be clever. I'm telling you, I think we're going to be pleasantly
I'm blown
surprised.
away every year.
There's still going to be a lot of. We'll be pleasantly surprised, but there's still a lot of dudes who are going to want to put on the eyeliner. Because at the end of the day, there's guys trolling for ladies. You know what I mean? There's going to be a certain percentage of guys that are like, I want to look cool.
I'm going to tell you, this year I am not putting on a costume that makes me sweat the entire night.
Right.
I was in that bunny costume last year, and I was hot.
Yeah.
I feel like the Jack Sparrows are going to be the couple days before, just like your family at the.
100%. They're going to go to Johnny Brock's. That's all there's going to be there.
Oh, I got a hat and I got this long thing, kind of looks like a coat, and I'll put some eyeliner on.
Yeah.
A couple days before, a couple hours before.
I hope a lot of people do the Captain Hook hand. I want to see a lot of those where you have to hold your,
You could
hold
be,
your beer
you could be
strange.
Hook. You could be Captain Hook.
You could be probably going to be a lot of castaways with volleyballs.
That's what I want King Scott to go as. Tom Hanks,
They could do it.
who's been on the island for a long time. Like, not just got onto the island, been on the island for a long time. Castaway. All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by...
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling, preferred partner of Ameren, Illinois, to make your home comfortable and affordable.
And I should mention, get all the details and link to buy your shipwrecked Halloween party tickets at 1057thepoint.com. That's going to be that's always a good night. So people here in Missouri will soon have the chance to decide whether sports betting should be legalized in this here state. So it's going to be on the ballot in November. We will see the issue on the ballot after election officials verified enough signatures to move the measure forward. And legalize sports betting for people who want it, say it could provide a significant financial boost to local schools, while opponents are like, man, gambling addiction. Now, currently, a lot of sports bettors have to cross state lines into Illinois to place their bets legally. Like, for example, if you're a FanDuel person or, DraftKings, or there's a really cool new one called Underdog. In order to do some of those prop bets, you need to literally go over the bridge.
Wow.
But if the measure passes, bets could be placed at casinos or directly with your favorite team, actually, like the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. So the proposal includes a 10% tax on all bets with $5 million allocated to gambling addiction prevention and the remaining funds directed to support Missouri schools. Cardinals president Bill DeWitt, he's like, yep, we're all in on this. And he thanked those who signed the petition and urging a vote for Amendment 2, saying it's the right move for both Missouri's public schools and the state's sports teams.
Yeah, seems like it's going to be completely approved. I mean, I get the gambling addiction argument, but I think that you're helping schools. We can go 1 mile over the Illinois border and do this. I think this is going to pass with flying colors.
You think so? I don't know. It's taken a while to get this on the ballot. Especially,
so you would bet on football, right, through this as well. So with the Chiefs doing so well these last couple of years, hopefully the Cardinals can get their crap together. The Blues, people are excited.
So I think it's legal in Kansas. The only state bordering us that's not is Oklahoma. Mm. So, again, not everybody's on board. Some critics believe legalized sports betting could lead to increased gambling problems. So November 5th is when we get to decide.
If you care about that, they close the casinos, I guess. You can't have all these casinos and be like, hey, we got a gambling problem. But we're cool with that, but sports betting is where the line is drawn. That seems stupid.
Do you remember, I remember when I first moved here, there was a limit as to how much you could lose at a casino.
Get out. What was it? What was the limit?
I forget what it was, but you had to have a card. Do you remember this?
Kind of, yeah.
You had to. This was 2003, so I don't know when this stopped being a thing.
You're kidding me. So they would come over and put their hand on your shoulder and say, "Sir, you're so bad. We need you to leave."
No. So if you were at a,
sorry, sir, your luck has officially run out.
No, you had to have a card. So you had to have like a player's card.
Yeah.
You get it from like Ameristar or wherever. And to play a table game, that you'd have to give the card to the dealer, and they would monitor how much you were losing.
I'm looking, this could be what you're talking about. 2008 Proposition A. The current $500 loss limit regulations are outdated, complicated, do not exist in any other state. So they got rid of them to allow Missouri to compete for casino visitors on an equal basis with other states.
Oh, so 08,
that's whenever it was.
That bounced, huh? Yeah. So it's $500.
It was enacted in 1992.
So $500, and you had to cool your heels for a little while. I forget what the time limit was. Did it say?
Let's see here. It says gambling winnings are automatically taxed at a rate of 4%. Doesn't really say. I'm going to have to deep dive.
It's been 20 years, so by now everyone knows that TSA limits liquids in carry-on luggage to 3 ounces. We all know that. Although you wouldn't know it by the security line, once it seems like there's always somebody who seems dumbfounded when they're forced to trash a bottle. Mm-hmm. But that could be changing. Airports have started upgrading to new scanners, which can allow for as many liquids as you want in containers up to 2 liters, which is nearly 68 ounces. So we go from what? We go from 3 ounces to possibly 68 ounces.
Oh, dang. 68 ounces.
68 ounces, 2 liters.
I can start taking my full bottles of shampoo with me again.
No more $9 waters.
They use something called computed tomography that can determine liquids differently, so that's pretty cool, but here's the catch. The rollout of these new scanners is very slow, and the TSA expects it'll take until the year 2040 to upgrade all 2,000 screening lanes and about 430 airports in the U.S. So we may finally get to bring larger liquids on planes in 16 years. Hey, it's something.
Oh, cool.
It's something.
Oh, man. We'll be like in our 60s.
Damn, man.
Ew.
What? It's going to happen.
No.
Hey, if you're rich, you may be able to hide some mistakes for a price. But crashing your car into a house is a hard one to kind of sweep under a rug. Am I right? Because here's my car, and here's your house, and there's a hole, and my car is now in your house. So a woman in Virginia was awakened, we'll say jolted awake, in the middle of the night last Friday when a car crashed into her house. She thought, there's a tornado.
Oh, Lord, it's a tornado.
Oh, Lord, it's a tornado. Police say a super sweet 2017 yellow Dodge Charger veered off the road at high speed, maybe 100 miles an hour, hit a fence, careened across a yard, ripped through an above-ground pool, and slammed into a deck. What a sight that must have been. There's no video, but man. So through the above-ground pool, straight through it, and into a deck. The homeowner says she runs outside. She confronts the driver. The guy offers her $50,000 if she'd let this go without calling the police.
How many mistakes has this guy made? He's like, I can't have this on my record.
$50,000.
$50,000. So crush through the deck. I mean,
so goes through a fence, across the yard, an above-ground pool.
Yeah, that's more than $50,000.
And slams into a deck.
So here's the question.
$50,000.
Learn
now.
You make a great point. Somebody says, I'll give you $50,000 right now. You don't tell nobody. Where do you start the negotiation? Because they just started their part of the negotiation.
100%. Right.
I'm saying, you know what?
We're starting
I don't know,
at
man.
$50,000.
I'm just at first glance here. I'm going to say the fence is going to cost me this, the grass seed, the deck, the this. You know what? I got to put in a lot of labor. Let me see. I'm going to start. Give me, let's say 214.
Yeah, 214,000.
What say you?
214,000.
That's good. No, because I would start adding it up. I just we're getting a deck next week. Our deck is getting installed.
They're expensive.
They're very expensive. Mine's running me about, I don't know, $40,000. We also had a fence installed when we moved into this house 2 years ago. So now that's wrecked, and that was about $12,000.
Well, you don't have to replace the entire fence. So
right.
Now I do. Because they don't. You know that I already checked into it. They don't make that particular type of fence no more. I got to do the whole thing.
An above ground pool. An above ground pool. I don't know how much those are.
That's wrecked if you go into it anyway. Like in-ground pool, at least you can maybe patch up that. Above ground pool, that is demolished.
First of all, this guy's got $50,000 in cash or whatever's going to offer it to you on the spot. They got.
I'm just saying. So
start the numbers.
The homeowner says he offered me lots of money. Said his dad was a millionaire.
Oh.
And she's like, no, I'm calling the police. Then he ran off, leaving the car on the property. Now the police have identified the suspect. I'm not sure if they arrested him or not. Or maybe they accepted a cash prize.
They're still negotiating.
I don't know.
Well, that would be stupid. I mean, insurance claims alone. I mean, if he's rich, great. Well, then we're going to get the cops involved. The insurance claims are going to come through, and then I'm getting all of this replaced.
Chances are this guy was hammered.
Yes,
so
that's what he's trying to
he's
avoid.
wanting to make this go away.
Of course. That's not how this works. So I am awakened, and my home is demolished. So that's not you being drunk is not my problem.
You remember our buddy's story about this happening? Remember? We have a friend who was sleeping, and suddenly was in between a wall and another piece of debris because a salt truck.
Oh, Bond, yeah. He's talked about. He's come on the air and talked about that.
A salt truck crushed his house.
I remember him telling
came
us
through
this.
his bedroom.
Yes, that's right.
And
Donnie Darko
fence,
style.
it wasn't a salt truck. So.
When people
it slid down a hill on the ice.
Yeah, and went through his bedroom.
That's right.
They said had he been sleeping on the other side of the bed, he'd have been dead.
Yes.
And if this is how I remember it, when the emergency crew showed up, they didn't think anybody was in there alive, and he was like pinned between the wall and something else. Isn't that crazy?
Bond. Yeah, that is crazy. I completely forgot about that. He's had some crazy stuff happen.
Well, he got paid out by the state.
So
I think he got a little settlement.
No, that's good then.
He got a little settlement for that.
There's a dude in Edwardsville that was like a bar owner who had 7 DUIs or something. It was a crazy number, but he had a lot of money. His family was like for the biggest construction company in the metro area. And he had like a breathalyzer in his car that he had paid somebody to come and like circumvent, which is a felony.
Oh, so you had to blow start his car?
He had to blow start his car, but he had somebody come and...
What do they call that, interlock?
Yeah. Not great for a first date. Having had one before, I can tell you.
Can you?
And it would go off at random times. So it'd be like, yeah, you don't want to like pick it. It'd be like, oh, hey, pick you up at 8. And I'm going to take you to a nice place. And then she hops in, and you get to a stoplight, and it starts going. You got to be like, hold up a second, and blow, start your car, like, or you're at a stoplight, you see like a hot girl in a car beside you, and it starts beeping. She's looking, and you just gotta slowly raise it up to your lips, like you're playing a little flute in your car. Let's just say, not good for dating.
No.
Okay. I had one for a while. I had one for a year. It sucked. Very humbling. But this guy had tons of DUIs, and he rear-ended somebody. And like in Edwardsville, and this happened. He got out of the car and was like, hey, don't call the cops. What's his car worth? I'll write you a check right now for twice the amount. And the person didn't go for it. He did, and I think he tripled it. I think he was, because he knew if they came, he was...
Man,
he was already in trouble.
Let's say somebody did that to you. The rear end of your car.
Yeah.
Happens to be a rich guy, says, I'm going to write you a check right now.
Yeah.
Would you take it for triple the amount of what it would take to fix your car?
The check makes it tricky because you're just trusting that this is a rich guy. And
yeah,
it's
and
going to clear.
Okay,
exactly.
He's got cash. What would Joe do?
Man, it'd be tough. If he's like, what's your car worth? $25K? I'll write you a check right now for $75,000.
Now I just put some glass packs on this and something or other. This car's worth 110.
75 grand. Well, right here, right now for your car. Sorry, rear-ended you.
He explained to me. He's like, hey, clearly I've had a couple. I'm not supposed to be driving. I don't want to get a DUI. I'll go to my bank right now. Follow me to my bank. You can drive me there. I'll withdraw the cash. I'll give you cash right now.
Would you do
$100K.
it? $100K.
Man, does my car still drive?
What do you think happened? Do you think the person took it?
I bet you they did not.
They did not. They called the police, and he did get in a lot of trouble.
I mean, would you take it? I don't know. I would think.
I probably wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't.
Because now I'm like an accessory to a crime.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
what I'm thinking.
I don't want to play.
What's the catch? There's always a catch.
Yeah.
Wait, how
I
are
don't
you
know
an
the law.
accessory to a crime?
Because
Well,
I'm getting paid off for whatever happened.
For your car. That's not a crime.
Is it a crime?
well, you said it was
He's
a drunk.
drunk.
It was a drunk driving thing. It's a drunk
Well,
driving
I don't know
incident
if he
now
was-
that I'm a part of. Thanks for
He's
bringing me
drunk,
into
and
it.
maybe he's not supposed to be driving.
Well, I don't know if he was drunk at the time or just driving
What, he's not
without the
supposed to be?
device.
Oh, I see.
So he knew they would come and inspect the device and see that it was like not installed.
Well,
properly.
either way, he's trying to avoid a crime, and now I'm a part of it. It's
I'm
either way, it
always.
sucks.
I would always think, I'm getting $100,000. There's got to be a catch. Yeah. Well, this woman did not take the money, obviously. And it's funny how he came up with the number $50,000. Maybe he figured, that was a big enough number to impress somebody. Like 50 grand, that's the first thing he thought. It does not sound like he spent any time surveying and assessing the damage. Like, all right, well, that's probably $2,000. Maybe with $4,500 in labor, it's another $3,000. Oh, yikes! Yeah, the pool, that's going to be at least $10K. Yeah, I'm not taking the money.
I'm not taking the money.
I'm not taking the money.
I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
I'm a total Karen in this situation, and I'm proud, and I'm getting my deck fixed.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops.
You rear-end me, offer me $100K.
You're taking it.
You're going home that day. You're going home without talking to the cops that day.
Cool, Mom.
Yeah.
Ford is advising drivers of some of their most popular cars, like Mustangs, to stop driving their vehicles immediately because of a serious safety issue with their airbags. The Takata airbags, Ford has issued a do not drive advisory for over 750,000 cars.
That's
nearly
all of them.
With nearly half of them in the U.S. So the recall affects vehicles like the Ford Ranger, the Mustang, the Fusion, the Edge, the Lincoln MKZ. So these are cars that were produced between 04 and 14.
Oh, my goodness.
So the concern is that the airbags, which have already been the subject of past recalls, this specific Takata airbag, so they say if you hit something, it could explode and send sharp metal fragments
Oh, my gosh.
flying during the crash.
Make it worse. Well,
So,
that's what you-
thank God for the airbag, and then you're killed by whatever is inside the airbag.
That's what you get when your airbags are made by a Mexican beer company.
Takata?
Isn't that that beer with the eagle?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that?
I thought so.
I think you're right. With the red can?
Yeah, red and silver cans.
So Ford has taken the issue seriously, urging people, hey, park the vehicle, stop driving them immediately. If your car's on the list, Ford is offering free repairs. They'll even tow your car to the shop.
Tecate.
Tecate.
Yeah, this stuff. Is that how you say it?
Tecate, yeah.
Or
I had
it-
a couple,
or if you're
I had
from-
a couple Tecates.
Or if you're from Missouri, Tecate.
Tecate.
I had a couple Tecates down in Mexico last week. So again, if your car's on the list, Ford is offering free repairs. They'll even tow your car to the shop. In the meantime, they'll provide a free loaner. If you're not sure whether your car is affected, Ford has a recall list on their website where you could check by entering your VIN. And given the severity of this risk, Ford is making every effort to reach out to the affected customers. Letters, emails, phone calls, even home visits coming to your house. So if you think your car's on the list, go to the Ford website and check it out. And speaking of cars, and this is not great news for car dealerships. As inflation continues to drive up the cost of living, a new survey shows that more Americans are choosing to maintain their current vehicles rather than take on the expense of buying new ones. So the survey highlights a shift in consumer behavior across the U.S. In fact, 73% of car owners say they've made a conscious decision to better maintain their older cars because of rising costs. And the trend is especially strong among Gen Xers. 75% focusing more on maintenance compared to 60% of Gen Z.
I wonder if this is a good trend long term or not, because I feel like pre-owned vehicles are so expensive now. You know what I mean? Like there's such a shift in that market. And so for instance, my daughter's looking for a car right now. And even like the pre-owned stuff that like is going to have trouble because it's up in the 100,000s or something like that. You're just like, damn, what kind of price for this? You know what I mean? The pre-owned vehicles now, that market is completely different. And I guess, you would hope that they're being taken care of more, like you're saying.
Well, also cars are being made better. So you don't really see the rust buckets anymore.
Right.
Are they being made better? I've been hearing that for a long, long time. And how many cars do you know that you see that are 20 years old? Probably the same amount as we did in the 90s.
Yeah, but if you saw in the 90s, if you saw a car that was 20 years old,
yeah, okay,
you would easily spot it.
It looked its age a bit more. But I'm just saying, like, how many 2002 Saturns are you still seeing?
Not many.
None.
Not many.
So, like, what do you mean they're being made better? I think they are in some ways, but they're still. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, is the pre-owned market it's in an interesting place right now. So my daughter's shopping, and I'm trying to kind of help her. And I was looking at stuff, and I was going, "Oh my gosh, what?
Yeah,
I bought a new car for that a couple years ago."
So when it comes to so people are maintaining their cars now. When it comes to doing the work to maintain the car, who's doing it? Is it the car owner themselves, or are they taking it to somewhere else?
Probably taking it to somewhere else. It's more complex now with all the computer engineering and whatnot. Like all my dad's friends who I would be like, "Can you help me?" They're like, "This is a computer now. We cannot help."
Right?
Yeah.
You got to get the thing to plug in. And so 80% of car owners rely on others for simple maintenance tasks, with half opting for professionals and 20% turning to a friend or family. Only 20% of drivers handle their own car maintenance. Why? Why those 20%? Because they love doing it. They love working on cars. That's why they do it. And for those who prefer professional help, lack of knowledge is the main reason. I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
I'm taking it to somebody that does.
And I would like to resell my car one day. Like I would like to donate it as a pre-owned vehicle somewhere and trade it in. And so I want there to be a paper trail from the dealership of what has been done to it. And I want it done correctly so I can get the most money out of my trade.
Yeah, Johnny on the instant feedback says cars could easily go 200, 300,000 miles these days. Back in the day, in the old days, it was, 100,000. That was.
I don't think so. Cars, vague. Cars could easily go 200,000 to 300,000 miles these days. Can you show me your work?
I don't know.
I don't mean to be snarky, but like, dude, when's the last time you seen a car up in the upper 200s? That wasn't a Toyota in a very particular year.
This was a Santa Fe, and my sister's first car, that thing was up in the 200,000s.
I mean, listen, I've seen plenty of them, but I'm not seeing the general cars can easily go 200,000 to 300,000 miles. What? I don't know.
Maybe that is the case. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are.
Okay.
Let me look it up. The internets will tell us.
Yeah, prove it, and I'm with you. That's pretty sweet.
So what's the question? Are cars lasting?
What's the average car? How do you even word that to get an accurate piece of data?
Yeah, what's the term for whenever an appliance, they make it so you have to get a new one?
Planned obsolescence.
That's it. Like, what's the planned obsolescence of a vehicle these days?
Yeah, well, just in general, Earth, there's wear and tear, and there's so many complex parts.
Yes, cars are lasting longer than they used to. In 2023, the average age of a car on the road was 12.5 years, which is more than double the average age in 1973. A typical car can last around 12 years at 200,000 miles, and electric or hybrid vehicles can last up to 300,000 miles.
Wow. Now, 12 and a half years still, that's not all that long. And you compared it to 73. And I wasn't alive in 73.
Here are some reasons why cars are lasting longer. Number one, improved parts. Car parts are now made to withstand more wear and tear, which means fewer repairs and lower maintenance costs. New features. Cars have new features like LED headlights, low-profile radial tires, and solid-state electronics that contribute to the longevity. More durable interiors and exteriors. Cars have more resistant upholstery. Interiors and exterior paint that are less likely to fade or discolor.
That's a fact. Man, I remember getting a car that was 10 years old, and it looked like an 80-year-old person. You know what I mean? Like, what do they call this thing? The whatever the ceiling is.
Was falling apart?
Yeah. It was always...
When the glue would...
Oh, the worst.
It was a bubble,
Sagging.
and somehow there were cigarette burns in that.
Yeah.
When
the worst.
When the glue would start to give way and the whole...
Ceiling would fall down.
It was like weird felt.
Yeah, you get in a friend's car and they still have a sunshade, and you're like, "Oh wow, wow, one of those survived in your car."
Well, listen, good luck.
Hey, that's good. Thanks for proving me wrong, man. I mean, that's cool. Easily 300,000. That's encouraging.
Listen, these cars cost a lot of money, so take care of them.
Yeah, take care of it. And honestly, get it done right, and you will get more money because they are selling for so much more. So
yeah, for sure.
Be careful out there.
That is your news. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with crap on celebrities.
Wow, here's somebody showing their car with 231,000 miles. What is that?
Good for you. My Jeep's got 110,000 miles on it. Runs like a champ. Hey, is your friend Sarah here?
She is.
All right, we'll talk to Sarah Perry next. She'll be in for crap on celebrities. Think about this during the break. The big four of boomer dad rock bands. The big four. Who's on the Mount Rushmore of boomer dad rock bands? Now we're talking, what age is that? That's
1945.
Born between 46 and 64. So our fathers.
Yeah, Grandpa Rock.
Yeah. All right, welcome back to the program. Joining us in studio, comedian Sarah Perry, St. Louis's own Sarah Perry.
Hello, how are you?
Here you are in the flesh.
I'm here.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Now up in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
When'd you move up there?
I moved up there 2012, right after I graduated high school.
Just, Sarah's here, and so is Sarah's mom.
I'm looking at her. Like, when did I move again? When did I leave
she moved
your
in
house?
2012?
Yes.
Were you sad?
I was the last of four girls to leave, so I think she was sad, but also ready for me to get the heck out of there.
That's a fun house. 4 girls?
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And now my dad has 6 grandsons.
What? That's his karma for putting up with all the women in his
So
home.
you were the last to leave.
Last to leave.
Did everybody move out of town, or you were the only one that moved
Everybody
out of
moved out of town, and now everybody's still out of town except for one. My twin sister is here in St. Louis. So
wow,
she's
everybody
become
wanted
a
to get away
favorite.
from you,
yeah.
Mom.
Yeah. we all went to different big cities. Yeah. Yeah.
But are you the only comedian?
I'm the only comedian. Yes.
Mom, how disappointed are you?
They're weirdly supportive, like almost too supportive. They never told me not to do this, which
which is great.
Is it great?
Surprised you made it as a comic with all that support.
Right.
Well, you know why that's great? Because I had a very supportive family too.
Yeah.
I told my dad that I wanted to get into radio. And listen, when you're born and you're holding your kid, you want what's best for your kid. Remember, right in the hospital, you're holding your kid for the first time. You go, you're going to be president one day. You're going to be the CEO of a huge company.
Costco.
You're going to be a gazillionaire. You're going to change the world. Nobody says, you're going to be on radio one day.
That's true.
You're going to be a stand-up comedian one day.
Never.
Yeah.
But now look at you.
And now look at you.
Yeah, sure.
Look at you. We had encouraging parents.
We did. We really did. Yeah.
Who said, okay, follow your dream.
Yeah.
We'll always be here for you.
Yeah. And here she is.
Did you have, and yeah, there she is, literally to my right. What was your backup plan? Did you have one?
I literally didn't have one.
And that was my thing too. I'm always preaching that. Mm-hmm. Don't have a backup plan.
You know what she said to me? She said, even if you don't do the X, Y, or Z or whatever's on your plate right now, you're going to do something in this area. You're going to be a background person or a writer or whatever it is. You're going to be in some sort of entertainment.
Right.
She's just like, they knew. They never. And she told me the day she dropped me off in Chicago, she's like, I knew you were never coming back. Like,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, peace.
See, I was.
Did you cry all the way back down 55 for 5 hours and just listen to Forever Young by Rod Stewart?
No, just for a little bit.
Yeah?
Just for a little bit.
Yeah, up until you got to Effingham, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Once she hit Effingham, she was like, empty nest sounds kind of
That's
cool.
right.
Finally get that pool table and a hot tub.
And I was, and agree or disagree with this. I know this is the way I kind of thought of things. If you have a backup plan, it's easy to go, well, this is not working.
Yeah.
I could do something else.
If you have a fallback plan, you will fall back.
Yeah. If you don't have a backup plan, like all my eggs are in this radio thing.
Mm-hmm.
All my eggs are in this comedy thing. Like, I have to make it work. No matter what I do, it has to work because I ain't got nothing else.
I got nowhere else
I got nowhere else to go. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. If I have to kill a person, fine.
What?
What? And that didn't happen.
Well, we didn't think that until now.
And that didn't happen.
Eddie Murphy said the same thing on an interview a long time ago that he was like,
you know where he got that from?
From you, I assume.
Yeah, exactly.
He actually credited you in the interview.
That's nice of him.
On Oprah. Yeah, he did. It was great.
If you can do radio like today, though, if someone told you today you can no longer do it, you have no idea what you would do.
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my existential crisis thought, where I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
one day you could get fired. It's so common.
I have no
what
other
are you gonna
discernible
do?
skills.
I will go. I'm still on the bar that I used to work for. They still put me up for shifts,
In case?
just in case. They know I'm not coming in, but if I ever want to pick up a shift, I
That's
can.
amazing.
So that's probably the first door I would come knocking on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What would I do? Moon, what would you do?
bar?
What would you do?
What I do?
Fallon's
Yeah,
down the street.
if music was not an option, or right now,
Oh,
music's
so
not an
you
option.
you took both my
I took
avenues away?
both your avenues
Both of
away.
them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Serial killer.
Man.
Hand model.
Ooh, does he have good hands? Can I see?
I don't know.
He doesn't like to get sticky things on his
I have
hands.
5
so he
beautiful
takes
hands.
Really
5 beautiful
Wow,
hands.
you
Beautiful,
spectacular.
beautiful feet.
hand
Very
hair.
nice.
Hey, these are my money makers. Man, you took away music and radio.
Well, so you took away radio from me.
Man, I mean, it would be something in entertainment most likely, or just some sort of business where I feel like, honestly, I know this is super cheesy. I've been trying to
we go.
figure out
Here we go.
something to like
Drum roll.
I don't know, like give back, to do something good in the world.
Nonprofit work.
Maybe, yeah, maybe something like that.
Non-profit. I
don't
want to
know.
make a profit.
Well, nonprofits.
People get paid to work with
Yeah, they
nonprofits.
still pay. I don't know, man. I've been
No,
trying to think about
I'm
that.
in the profit work. Yeah.
We know.
Game.
Okay.
I've been thinking about that, but man, you took both my things away.
Okay, but that's the hypothetical. I'm taking both things away.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd take at least a week off.
Yeah.
to think about it.
I'd probably go to.
I'd catch up on sleep before I thought about any of this.
I think. I hate to say it. I'd probably have to go back to Jersey.
Oh,
Oh, I'm really
work
sorry
with
to
my
hear that.
in-laws at the junkyard.
Oh, yeah. Now that sounds fun.
You'd be a junk man, dude. That kind of honestly fits your personality
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think I would-
the
I would
cranky
thrive.
junk guy.
Yeah. You're all dirty smoking a cigar
I
the
would
whole
thrive.
You'd make the coolest commercials, too. Hey, come see Rizz, the junk man.
Yeah,
I'm
the
the
junk
junk
man.
man.
You arguing with like
Haggling.
crackheads coming in with like metal they ripped out air conditioners and them want more money. Be like, hey, copper's 40 cents a pound, not my problem.
Yeah.
Smoking
Get out
a
of
cig.
here.
You need bumpers? I got 1,200.
You'd thrive. I think you would thrive in that job. I really do.
Thanks, man. I
think you'd be like a
if this
kingpin.
doesn't work out.
I think you got a future in junk.
This
man.
doesn't work out. It's to Jersey with me to go work with the in-laws. Learn. What are you doing?
Good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would probably go down to the bar first, just kind of make ends meet for a couple of days, and then I'd probably go back to school with my savings and become a teacher.
Wow.
So I'd work at a bar and go back to
You
school.
want to work with kids?
Yeah, I
Why?
do. Actually, that is my backup plan. It sounds terrible. I love teachers, and I probably would be very
No, I
terrible
love
at it.
teachers too because
But-
they're doing what I would never do.
I would be a speech teacher in a heartbeat. I would be Let's get up. Let's make these kids have confidence.
My twin sister is a speech pathologist.
See?
She loves it.
My
Yeah.
college roommate was, and
Yeah.
I want to be like both of your sisters and hers. So
What age? Like what age?
any age. I feel like that would be really fun, and I'd get a lot of out of that job. Not money, because I know we don't pay our teachers enough, but I would get, my soul would feel good. And so that's what I would do.
Would you do college or under?
Any. I would, yeah, whatever I'm qualified for.
And I would not
take.
want to deal with the parents.
Oh, I do.
I would not want to deal with.
I want to deal
You'd
with
be
them.
a great college professor, I think.
Well,
I would never, ever wish upon somebody to teach junior high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a war zone.
That is a war. That is.
Are you ready to find out every flaw you've ever imagined
Yes.
is real?
Those teachers need to get paid more than anybody.
you know what, though? This job sets you up for that. We could probably, all of us in this room could probably teach middle schoolers because we've dealt with, we know how
Chat
people
room.
take us, and so we're
I
ready.
could shut off social media. I could
Yeah.
not answer phones. I don't have to answer emails. These middle school and junior high school teachers have to face these monsters every day. Every day.
You can't shut off.
Sarah, I did a career day.
Oh, here we go.
That's cool.
I spent an hour with 90 kids.
Oh.
It was horrible.
Did they like you? Did they like your job?
I tried to be cool guy, and maybe that was my approach. Maybe that was the wrong.
Hey, I'm a son of teachers, and my backup plan was education. That's what I was going to school for and all that. And my only thing was anything but middle school. I would do anything but middle school.
Well, so it was my daughter's career day, and they asked me to come and talk to the kids about being in radio. And what kid wants to be in radio now? Zero kids.
Yeah.
But we're
I
on
said-
YouTube.
I had to say to these kids, so the third session, I'm a YouTuber first because we're on YouTube, and then radio.
Did they perk
Because
up?
they knew what that was.
Isn't that wild? So the first session I go, I'm in, I do a radio show, and I saw this glazed look come over. I said, your parents listen to radio still. your parents would,
Was there a different reception when you led with YouTuber?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, man, somebody just made me forget exactly what I would do. Park ranger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As soon as
I
these
can
kids
see
are
you
out,
now.
I'm going
Well, you know
National
what?
Park. You better
forgot
send me
about that?
something good.
You forgot about it? It seems like you really don't want to be a park ranger.
Yeah, maybe I
man.
don't.
You forgot about it. That wasn't your first thing.
I forgot I was caught off guard. Thank you for reminding me about me.
These people know us so well.
That's right. You know me better than I do.
So I'm speaking in front of these kids, and I mean, I lost them. The 3 sessions, I lost them. I go, I can't get them back. They were talking to their friends. I saw a couple phones come out. One kid put his hood over his head.
Yep.
One kid I'm talking to these kids. One kid put his hood over his head and put his head down.
What was the age group?
Middle school.
Middle school.
13, 14.
So they were 8th graders.
I had such an attitude in 8th grade.
I know.
Yeah, they all do. They're almost supposed to.
And I said, God bless you teachers. You guys are deserve all the money in the world
Yeah.
to deal with these kids. And I have a middle schooler at home. I know what it's like with one.
Is your twin identical?
Fraternal. 30. She's 30 minutes
Good.
older than me.
I'm always worried I'm going to run into her out in St. Louis and
I think-
mistake her for you.
No,
So that's good
no.
to know.
She's 6 feet tall with short brown hair.
Okay,
Yeah.
well.
And she's very pregnant right now, so I would hope that you don't mix us up.
Her for Sarah. Sarah is at Helium Comedy Club. Is it tonight?
Tonight.
Tonight only?
Tonight only.
One night only.
8 o'clock, one night only. Yes.
One night only.
And I have some awesome people coming with me. Rafe's one of them.
Rafe
Rafe's
Williams,
going to do a
guys.
spot.
Rafe Williams doing a spot.
Come on.
And you made your mom very proud in 2021, voted best stand-up comic by the Chicago Reader.
I was.
Mom and dad were very proud.
They were pumped for me. They voted for me, so they helped me get there for sure.
Your mom was hitting that Sarah button,
Creating new emails.
Yep.
Right on.
whatever it takes, right?
Yes.
All right, so Sarah's here. Let's do crap on celebrities. I did ask this question before the break. So think of boomer dad rock bands. And boomers being, my parents. All our parents, but born between 1946 and 1964. Boomer dad rock bands. If there was to be a Mount Rushmore, and this is an article from Loudwire magazine. Who's the big four of boomer dad rock bands? And I'll tell you, you tell me what you think, who you think should be on the Mount Rushmore.
Like the
I'll
four?
tell you what, the four, and who Loudwire said.
All right. Who you want to start with?
Lern, give me one.
AC/DC.
AC/DC did not make Loudwire's big four boomer dad rock bands.
Well, this was a mistake on
Was it?
Loudwire's part. Yeah.
Because when I tell you the four, who are you going to take off this list?
Okay.
I know one.
Give me one, Moon.
Kansas.
Rafe.
Rush.
No.
No way.
Zepp.
Fly By Night's not on
Sarah,
there?
give me one.
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, yes, is on the...
Point for Sarah.
How can you take Led Zeppelin off the
Hey, I just gave you one, dude. There's
boomer
four.
dad rock bands?
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones, yes. That's also... Loudwire says yes. Now you're missing two.
Beatles.
The Beatles, yes.
Nice.
Last one. This is going to be the most controversial one. This is the slot. So you got the Stones, you got Led Zeppelin, and you got the Beatles. This fourth slot here is the one that could
What?
be the controversial one.
Queen?
I know.
I would say Queen, but no. Queen
You
did not
know?
make it.
I know. Show me Black Sabbath.
No.
Damn it.
Confidence.
Black Sabbath certainly had its, appeal with
Yeah, but that
all
was
generations.
That was
but
more niche for the grandpas
Exactly.
when it hit.
Hold up.
not every boomer dad likes the Beatles. Every boomer dad likes Zeppelin and the Stones.
These are all English bands, by the way.
This
Interesting.
one band is not English.
The Monkees.
American?
It's the Monkees.
No, it's not.
It's got to be. It's got to be the Monkees.
It's not the Monkees.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
Show me Ted Nugent.
No.
Oh, get out
What?
of here.
Sweaty Teddy.
Vast catalog.
Aerosmith.
No.
Good guess, though.
Z.
No.
Z.
No.
Top.
No.
Wait, are they an American band?
Yes, they're an American.
Leonard,
Are they the American band, Grand Funk?
No.
Oh.
Leonard Skinner.
No. You're missing
Oh, man. Hold on.
one band.
Don't tell us. Don't tell
Is it
us.
I'm
something-
trying to picture a guy in tight
Just
cargo
think-
Oh,
suits.
no.
Just before you say it.
Oh, no,
you say
she
it,
says.
Before you say it, this band it has
I'm already mad.
mass appeal. You don't have to be a heavy metal fan. You don't have to be a hard rock fan.
Is this a band that I love?
I don't know.
Steely Dan.
Yeah,
No.
that
I'm
takes-
so mad if
that
it's
takes my
Grateful
guess
Dead.
out.
It's not Grateful Dead.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
So mad.
Are we
No, because,
dancing
again,
around
Grateful Dead is a niche audience.
What's your dad listening to in the garage?
What does he listen to? You would know. Bob Dylan.
Get out of here, Bob Dylan.
Oh, no.
Seriously, get out.
Not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess, but
That's not a bad. I mean,
it's not
a
Springsteen.
band.
It's not Springsteen.
He
Jimi
likes
Hendrix?
Springsteen too.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're doing bands.
This is
not
are bands.
artists.
This is a
Billy
band.
Joel's out.
This is a band that actually is still touring.
Jefferson Airplane?
No,
Metallica.
I almost
No.
said Metallica. Ugh.
Metallica is not of the.
No,
boomer
it's
That'd be
generation.
It's
That'd be
not,
heartbreaking
yeah.
to find out. That
Metallica
it's
is
a
Gen
boomer
X.
band.
Is this an era from their era? A band?
This band?
They're still touring.
This band formed in 1971.
71.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they're
does-
still
do you know?
touring
Still touring.
in their entirety.
Boston.
No. Is Boston still touring? I don't think so. This band is still touring.
Beach Boys?
No.
Journey,
No.
Van Halen.
No.
Dude,
Say it.
No way.
Say it, Tina. No, not Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood
no.
Mac.
she
Good
would
guess,
be
though.
good
upset.
guess.
We got the buzzer.
Guys, it's the friggin' Eagles.
The freaking Eagles.
Idiots.
Friggin'
All you
Eagles.
idiots.
Oh, hey, you know
Yeah,
what?
well-
Hey, as far as pop-up bands go, that's a pop-up band.
So those are the, according to Loudwire, the
Yeah.
big four boomer dad bands.
I feel like that band was for
Beatles.
grandpas when they came out.
Why do you guys hate the
Zeppelin,
Eagles
the
so
Stones,
much?
And the Eagles.
I don't.
I don't hate the Eagles.
They made a lot of great songs.
yeah. I got
Greatest
no-
hits record.
I got no
Boomer
issues.
dads love the Eagles.
Yeah,
do.
it's true.
As
I
they
just
should.
watched. Do you remember the episode of Seinfeld where the dude won't let anyone talk when Desperado comes on?
Yeah.
Where he's like, shh.
Yeah.
Desperado. And then she tries to pick an Eagles song and he won't let her.
Right.
You've never been to a party until you've been to a Russian party, and there's 150 Russians singing Hotel California with an accent.
I want to go to that party.
Man, I do too, kind of.
Oh, man, it's
Let's
the
make
best.
the Eagles entertaining.
It's the best. It's
On
the
the
best.
duck, there's a tie way. You're
Hammered on, Smirnoff.
yeah,
Woo,
dude.
man.
Cognac.
Was that Uncle Ivan peeing in the women's room sink?
Why,
Yeah.
yes, it was.
But he's out now and he's singing Hotel California. The best. All right, let's do Crab on Celebrities. All right, Sarah Perry's here. See her at Helium Comedy Club tonight only, 8 o'clock.
One night only.
One night only. It's a big deal.
Don't miss it. She's hilarious.
Crab on Celebrities.
We're going to start with this. Machine Gun Kelly opened up about his late father, how he had to stand trial for a murder at 9 years old. MGK was on Bunny XO's Dumb Blonde podcast where he explained that his father and his grandmother were accused of murdering his grandfather back in the day. That traumatic experience shaped some of, how Machine Gun Kelly was raised. Here's a little audio sample of him opening up about this.
Machine Gun Kelly. Okay, his dad killed his grandfather?
Allegedly, yes.
Like in my situation with my father, he was so tormented from some of the most insane that I could imagine a kid could go through, that he had to figure it out with almost every possible bad circumstance going against him too.
So in good fashion, I named my rap name after another famous murderer.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the healing process, Moon.
I know. That's what I was getting.
Who else's dad was a killer? Oh, wasn't Woody Harrelson's dad like
He was a hitman.
Oh,
Hitman.
yeah, that's right.
You mean Matthew McConaughey's dad? What's his name?
Rooster.
Rooster's
cool. Rooster was on an episode of on A&E. He was like an oil man. He would go out and like lay the pipe in the field, like one of those reality shows.
The whole family's been laying pipes for a while.
Matthew followed suit.
That ain't no lie.
But no, Rooster didn't kill anybody.
This is interesting. So Jack White wrote on Instagram, people are asking him about when they're going to announce tour dates. And he says, don't know how to tell you this, but the tour already started at Allegiant in Nashville a couple weeks ago. He says shows will be announced as close to the show date as possible. Some shows we won't even decide to do until that morning. So Jack White's going on the road. He's playing really small venues like Legion Halls, and he's not announcing the dates until like a day before. And I love this. It's like a pop-up mystery show that I'm sure is planned in some capacity, but I love that fans won't know until like they go on sale. Deftones did this right before Lollapalooza by playing at the Metro up in Chicago. And they announced it like that day and it sold out so quick.
I need to know things in advance.
Same.
Really?
I need at least 3 weeks advance notice.
I kind of like this pop-up show.
I need to plan things out.
Yeah, this pop-up stuff is for young folks.
This pop-up stuff is young folks.
That's why I like that he's
Not for
doing
us to
like
plan.
VFW halls too, because
Yeah.
they're not going to like it either. Like when Bingo gets canceled, Jack White may be in for a rude awakening, dude. There's just some old grizzled vet in a World War II veteran's hat, like, what the hell is this hippie music? He's not going to love Jack White's take necessarily at the VFW out in Salem, Illinois. So I kind of like that. I like the Jack's just ruining everyone's
VFW halls. Maybe they should do bingo still.
That'd be cool.
While Jack's playing.
That's a good time that I've never had. NSYNC is alive and well thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine. The song Bye 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 is back on the Billboard charts after the song was used in the summer movie Blockbuster.
Oh,
Have you seen it yet, Sarah?
No, not the movie, but I do know NSYNC, and I do know that song.
You haven't seen the movie yet?
No, not Deadpool. No.
It's at the very beginning of the movie.
Any plan on seeing it?
No.
You're not a comic book person? Comic book movie
Not
person?
really, no.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I did like the first Deadpool because it was hilarious.
And that's what this is.
This is the third one.
Even though it's the third one, well, then I missed the second one.
I did
don't need
too,
to
but
see
I still went to
anything
see
else.
it. You don't need to see the
Oh, I
second
don't need
one.
to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe I'll go.
You should. It's funny, right, Rafe?
It's good, yeah.
Rafe saw it twice.
You did?
But then
Is that
again,
good?
he also
You saw it
doesn't.
for me.
He doesn't like the beekeeper though. So what does he know?
Oh, have you seen The Beekeeper?
No.
Oh,
Is that like Ant-Man?
No, it's with Jason Statham. And it is what it is. He's a beekeeper and he kills people.
that's right.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Don't you fool around with a beekeeper.
Well, the song Bye 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 is in like the first 5 minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's in this crazy fight scene, and it's pretty funny. And so now it is number 45 on this week's Billboard Hot 100 chart. Deadpool and Wolverine, by the way, has made over $1 billion globally as of last weekend.
Damn.
I wonder if Ron Reynolds gets a piece of that. He's got it, right? He's a producer of that thing.
So they really need your $15.
They do need my 15 bucks.
He's got to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
He's got the soccer team.
It's his thing.
He's got the movie franchise. He's got the gin,
Yep.
Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile.
A man of many hats. A man of many monies.
He's got us all fooled.
A convoy of 55 Harley-Davidsons accompanied Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead's ashes to the UK venue where they were enshrined next to an Ace of Spades plaque. The procession of bikers rode from the Bloodstock Open Air Festival to Nottingham's Rock City venue. Motorhead played there between 1987 and 2006, and I think that's really cool. Like I think James Hetfield got a tattoo on his hand. I believe it's just a spade, and it has Lemmy's ashes mixed in with the ink. And then when Lemmy died, I think in 2016, they cremated him, and then they made him into all sorts of different bullets, and they sent him out to just radio disc jockeys that helped Motorhead that he was friends with, different rock stars, got a piece of Lemmy. It's pretty cool. I love that they're keeping this going.
I love the 55 Harleys.
Me too.
That's pretty badass.
Right?
That's very Lemmy.
Can anybody name 3 Motorhead songs?
Ace of Spades.
Yes, Ace of Spades, Overkill, and oh my gosh, what else?
Motorhead.
Motorhead.
Yeah.
Self-titled.
Louie, they did a cover of that. REO Speedwagon are supporting an effort to raise money for the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum in Joliet, which was severely damaged by a tornado last month. To make a donation to the museum's Getting Back in the Groove disaster relief campaign, REO wants you to donate. You can go to roadtorock.org/donate. REO were the inaugural induction class of 2021, along with Cheap Trick, Muddy Waters, Dan Fogelberg, Chicago, Buddy Guy, Styx, and Chuck Berry were just inducted in 2022.
Speedwagon's got to be in the discussion, by the way.
Yeah.
Dad
as soon
Rock?
as she said it, I was like, how did that not come up?
They're at least in the top 20.
They're regional, though. They're regional to the Midwest. Like, you go out West Coast, people are not listening to REO like they did in the
Adam
Midwest.
Sandler. They were in, like, Wedding Singer, and I feel like they've been featured in film.
I think they're in the top 20 of dad rock bands.
Yeah, that's the shirt that he's wearing when he goes back to school. When he finally gets to high school with Billy Madison.
Yeah.
He's got the open jacket, he's got the REO.
Back to school. The other day we were talking about that ranch that was for sale in Nederland, Colorado. That was $55,000 million. Well, now I thought that's
$55,000 million.
Yes.
So Montana. Right?
I was thinking that's where I want to move. You know, I'd love to go in halvesies with somebody with that. But then this estate came up, and I looked at it, and Rafe, I know you're going to love this as much as I do. The estate of Woodstock promoter Michael Lang is on the market. Upstate New York, located in Mount Temper, 30 minutes outside the town of Woodstock, dubbed the Happy Brooks, described as the Graceland of the 1960s counterculture. 3 structures, including the main house that was built in 1929, spread across 17 acres. Michael Lang died in 2022 from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at the age of 77. He lived at this estate for 45 years, and this Thursday is marking the 55th anniversary of the start of the 3-day Woodstock Festival in Bethel, New York.
Okay, so this ranch in Montana we were talking about yesterday.
Colorado.
I'm sorry, Colorado. How many acres? 2,000 acres?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Wait, we talking about the same one? It was 32,000.
Whatever.
You looked at it was not that full 32,000. It was like half of it. It was 17,000.
17,000 acres.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that?
Enjoy it.
You'd go crazy.
No.
You would go crazy.
Oh, no way.
No neighbors. I know it sounds great.
It
Trust
does
me.
sound great.
Trust me, I want to be alone.
Would you live in this mansion? This place is awesome. This is what it looks like.
You're
I
all
know
talk,
it's radio,
dude.
people can't see it.
You're
it looks
all
like a
talk.
normal
I feel
house.
like you'd go nuts.
You're all talk with this alone stuff.
Wood
I feel
floors,
like you'd go nuts.
cathedral
wait.
ceilings.
I'll be looking it up.
Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
I'm a big ceiling.
I'll meet you
guy.
there.
17,000 acres, nobody around you.
No, I don't like that. I need to be in a city with a lot of people.
I don't need to be in a city per se, but I need some kind of human interaction.
Wow.
Bring people to live there with you.
You've really grown.
Commune.
Listen,
I'd be okay for a little while.
Listen, man, you don't have to be Walt Whitman out here, man. Like, there's
Yeah,
other places
man.
you can get in your car and go to civilization, go see somebody,
Dude,
go to the
Nederland-
grocery store, do whatever.
Colorado is a cute little town. There's a little town up there.
Yeah, it's not a
Yes,
Jurassic.
Colorado is a
Beautiful
cute little
crystal
town.
store.
It's not Jurassic Park fence around where you can't get out of
No.
your 17,000.
There's no
That's a lot of
raptors.
alone time.
When you choose to be alone.
I like that your hands are sweaty and you're like caressing your hands as you're telling us that. Dr. Dre is looking forward to the 2028 Olympics in LA, not just because the games are in his hometown, but because he might actually compete. He was interviewed by Entertainment Tonight. Dre revealed that he's going to try out for the Olympics. Here he is revealing what he would want to do.
Oh, can we guess?
Sure.
What would Dr. Dre do in the Olympics? Like, what sport
Break.
would he be the guy?
Dancing.
They're not going to do breaking. No breaking in the LA Olympics.
Oh, no?
No, canceled.
Such a bummer, right?
Dressage.
Dressage.
For sure.
Yes.
Dr.
Yes.
Dressage. That does make
Dressage,
sense.
that's the horse dancing?
Have you seen it? It's awesome.
It's pretty
It's
dope.
so
That's where the
fun.
horses do like the crip walk, right?
Yes,
Really?
it's incredible. They like moonwalk.
I mean, if
it's
you
awesome.
put on the Chronic and have a horse crip walk to it, that's pretty cool.
All
I'd
right,
watch
so you say Dr. Dre dressage. Sarah, what do you think, Dr. Dre? And he's serious about this, right?
Yeah, he's serious about it. He's dead ass serious, is what he says.
I'm gonna say I don't know. Rowing?
Okay, good guess. He's been doing this art, by the way, for decades.
So
Junior high
there
school is
are
when he
shooting.
started.
There are shooting.
Archery.
There's archery. I'm thinking synchronized diving.
Okay, you all got your guesses in? Here he is.
All right, here is Dr. Dre.
What are you going to try out for?
Archery. I'm dead ass serious.
So where does this come from? Where did you pick up archery?
I actually started playing around with archery in junior high. I stopped for a while and my son bought me a setup. So I have it set up in my backyard. And I heard that qualifying for the Olympics is 77 feet and I practice at 90.
Huh.
Right on. So you could see it in 2028,
Dr.
Dr.
Dre
Dre.
is an archer. Who knew?
Love it.
Is this dressage?
Yeah, look at that.
It just looks like a horse walking.
Well, maybe that. This ain't no champion horse, you know what I'm saying? Dre would come in there with a champion. He's not
It just
Maybe
looks like
he'll do
a
it
horse
with
walking.
the bow.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Well, okay.
I don't even
that's
feel
not
like
the
I'm
case.
rich enough to watch this video.
Same.
Let alone be there live.
Yeah, I was a barrels and pole racer. I didn't do any dressage.
I'm a barrel guy.
Yeah, I'm a Western guy.
Yeah, I used to punch horses on a $5 bitch behind the barn.
That's
No!
not how he sounds.
Guys, it's time to talk about lipstick. Earlier this year, Forbes reported that Dolly Parton's estimated net worth is $450 million. And next Thursday, Dolly is launching her brand new beauty line called Dolly Beauty. Her first release is Heaven's Kiss Lipstick Collection. It's going to sell for $20 each. There's going to be 4 shades.
Okay.
Cool.
More Dolly.
Love Dolly. You like Dolly Parton?
I love her. And she did a collab with this ice cream place in Chicago called Jenny's. And it was like a limited edition. Like they only had it for one day and it sold out immediately and they're never making it again. And it sounded so good.
Really?
It was biscuits and strawberry.
Oh, dang.
Something like that. Dolly's strawberry biscuits or
Yeah.
something. And they're never making it again. And everybody loved it. And
Make it again.
I understand Dolly's place in culture.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think she's infallible, like some people think.
She's a flawed human.
Name
Hey, man.
Name it. Name the flaw, you two.
I mean, no, I mean, she said she is so humble when she talks about herself.
Exactly. Flawless.
What happened to that last record she put out?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't listen, but I bet you it was
bet you
perfect.
would.
Her
You
rock
don't
and
have
roll
to.
record?
You just know it is.
A plaque highlighting a new Kurt Cobain exhibit at the Seattle Museum of Pop Culture has sparked some debate after explaining the manner in which the Nirvana frontman died. The plaque reads that Cobain, quote, unalived himself, another term used
that's
for
YouTube
suicide.
speak.
Yes, this is YouTube speak. So the museum said its curator chose the term unalive as a gesture of respect towards those who have tragically lost their lives due to mental health struggles. Now, some have said that the term seems tone deaf, considering Cobain took his own life due to some serious mental health struggles. Others are wondering why the museum seems to be bowing up to what they're calling YouTube censorship. Others said that they understand that the museum had a, more respectful tone, and they're trying to be more respectful.
The first
to their
time I heard
viewers.
somebody say that was on a YouTube thing.
Yeah, they say that because there's certain words that
Right.
get flagged.
That'll get flagged.
Come on,
For
man,
sure.
this is all.
But on
But
TikTok
it is
as
weird,
well.
though, when you hear it the first time, you go, ooh, it seems
Unalive.
insensitive. I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
right.
But you're like, ooh, man, that sounds weird.
Well, what are some of the other ones? There's like 3 or 4 that like everybody says is now normal speak because it was just TikTok flag avoidance. Mm-hmm. Like you can say sex.
yeah,
Oh, instead of
if you
porn, they
segs.
say corn.
Yeah, okay, corn for that,
Yeah.
and instead of saying sex, they said something else. Gosh dang.
Segs, what, right?
Segs.
Yeah, with the
That's
G.
right,
G.
that's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, if you're somebody you know is struggling with mental health, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, you can go there, or you can just dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Moving into movie news, director James Cameron's working on a top-secret Terminator project. He says, I'm working on my own Terminator stuff right now. It's got nothing to do with what is happening on Netflix with an animated series.
Well, there goes that.
And he says, I don't want to even send out a potentially dangerous robot agent if you talk about it, even retroactively. So James Cameron could be directing again.
Not so top secret if Jim Cameron's talking about a Terminator project.
And then there's going to be a couple more things up on the blog that you can read about. But I just want to go to the Beatles really fast because there was a list. Entertainment Weekly took the task of making the top 50 Beatles songs of all time. Let's just focus on the top 3. What do you think the top 3 Beatles songs are?
Number 1 is Day in the Life, and that's not even arguable.
It's number 2.
What is better than that song? There is no better song than that one.
According to this list, there is a better song and an older song. It's on the list, but not the top 3.
Let It Be.
No. On the list as well.
Not in the top 3?
Not in the top 3.
Oh, number 1 is Help.
No.
Is it an older song?
It is.
They're all old songs.
They're all old. The number 1 song is from 1964. The number 3 song is from 1965.
And neither are Help. Neither are Help. That's Crazy Town.
A Hard Day's Night.
Hard Day's Night is number 1 on this Entertainment Weekly list. And number 3 is Yesterday. Worthy.
Number
Worthy
1 should
top
be
5.
A Day in the Life, but
Number 2.
Okay.
All right. And that's crap on celebrities.
Celebrities celebrating their birthday today. Brianna Hildebrand, the whoever from Deadpool, is 28. Tim Tebow is 37. Mila Kunis is 41. Al Shearer, that's TRL VJ and Punked Field Agent, he's 57. Halle Berry is 58. Susan Olsen, Cindy on the Brady Bunch, is 63. Sarah Brightman, the best Christine from Phantom of the Opera, is 64. Magic Johnson is 65. Rusty Wallace, 2 first names, is 68. Jackie Harry, 2 first names. That's the mom on Sister Sister. Also Tyler Perry's House of Pain, and she's on the 227 show. She's 68. Bob Backlund, the WWE Hall of Famer and world champ for 5 years, from 78 to 83, and then again for 3 days in 94 is 75. Joseph Marcel, that's Jeffrey on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jeffrey is 76. Danielle Steele, my mother's favorite author until she wasn't, was 77. Antonio Fargas, Huggy Bear on Starsky and Hutch, also on I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, and Cleopatra Jones is 78. Steve Martin, 2 first names, is 79. And Dash Crofts from Seals and Crofts. Biggest hits?
As they I'm all out of love. Is that them or is that Air Supply?
Don't think so.
What? Yeah, what is this? This is a good... We all know this
Seals
song.
and Crofts.
Seals and Crofts. Get Closer, Diamond Girl, and Summer Breeze.
Oh,
Summer Breeze.
Summer Breeze is 84.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Renee LaRue. And today's birthday girl's been in 271 fine films, including Look at Your Mother when I'm doing this.
Oh, no.
Is that the name of the film? Or
The 69th Sense, All Anal on the Western Front. She was in Bumpin' Donuts, Dirty Little Perverts 2, Dude, I Banged Your Mother 2, Lern's favorite, Fudge at the Bottom.
It's the best.
No Boys, No Toys 1, Three's Humpany, and Who Can Forget a Roll in 2005's
Three's Humpany.
That's the best.
Fetch Me Something Fleshy.
Ew. What?
Happy birthday, Renee LaRue. She is 54 years old.
I got it. Hey, Renee, I got a gig for you. Yeah, no tryout. No. Yeah, just show up on the set tomorrow. Oh, what's it called? Fetch Me Something Fleshy.
Yes. Happy
Great.
birthday, Renee.
I'll see you at 3.
That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, Sarah Perry is here. See her at Helium Comedy Club tonight,
Yes.
8 o'clock. One night only. All right, after the break, we're going to do a little contest. Sarah, you are participating. After the break, we're playing a game called
Guess Which Perry?
Guess
With Sarah Perry.
Which Perry with Sarah Perry. We're all playing, by the way.
Everyone will play. You have to guess who said it. Matthew Perry, Tyler Perry, or Katy Perry.
Uh-huh.
What about Luke Perry?
He's not involved.
Oh, man.
Only 3 Perrys.
You guys
so high.
poke holes in every game I come
Not
up
me.
with.
That's her. That's your friend Lern.
He's only got a
just
couple
miss him,
quotes.
that's all.
Hi, I'm Dylan.
So we need 4 callers.
I'm Lane Frost.
Hi, I'm Lane Frost.
We need 4 callers. We need a Team Rizz, we need a Team Moon, we need a Team Sarah, and we need a Team Lern.
Okay.
So we're all going to get a quote. We have to guess whether it's Tyler Perry, Katy Perry, or
Linda Perry.
Linda. No. Who else?
Stephen Perry.
Stephen Perry. No.
No.
Who are the three Perrys?
Matthew.
Which one did you say?
Tyler Perry.
Matthew Perry.
Matthew.
Tyler Perry.
Matthew, Katie, Tyler.
Katie. Okay.
Linda.
Already, you guys just
Damn it.
already throwing flies in
So
your
who's going to get that? So you have 20 altogether, so we'll go around 5 times.
Each person gets 5, yes.
Do you have 20 of them?
Who's going to get the most right? We'll fly. We got to fly through these, all right? We'll fly through
trust
these.
me, we do. She has a hard out at 9, so we got to get through.
Okay, we got to get through these.
All right, go.
314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Green Day tickets, Imagine Dragon tickets, Blue October tickets, Smashing Pumpkin tickets, all up for grabs. Oh, you have a hard out at 9? Mm-hmm. All right, so maybe let's not do 20. Let's do, since there's 4 of us, let's do 12.
I think we can get through them. I'll just do one person at a time. I'll ask you 5 rapid fire. You got to tell me.
Yeah, bang, bang,
Okay,
bang.
all right,
We got
fine.
this, we got
Okay,
this.
Get through them.
All right. 8:45, Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bomberito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. Right-hand shoulder blocked due to a stalled vehicle 70 westbound at Cave Springs. We also have a right-hand shoulder blocked due to a crash 270 northbound just before Gravois. Way west, left lane blocked due to a left-hand shoulder block due to a crash 44 eastbound just before Six Flags Road. Your point forecast, T-storms possible west and southwest of us. Cloudy this morning with sunshine later, high of 85. Right now it's 74 at the Point Studio.
So yesterday's porno birthday, Wendy Whoppers.
Yeah.
From St. Louis. Today's porno birthday from St. Louis.
Wow. Are we the porn capital of the United States of America?
Yeah, I think so.
Renee LaRue. Who knew?
They both
Sandwich
went to
City and Porno City.
It is a French
north.
name. We got a lot of French streets.
LaRue. Born.
We know what street she lived on.
She was born Tracy Renee Evans.
Can't believe it.
Well, people started going, hey, she's from St. Louis. I thought they were effing around.
Nope, they were serious.
No, it's serious, huh?
That amount of people texting in, phew, you know it's got some
It's
validity.
real.
Good on us. Sarah Perry is here. St. Louis's own. Sarah at Helium Comedy Club tonight, 8 o'clock. One night only. With some very special guests, including our buddy Rafe Williams. And since Sarah Perry is here, let's play a Perry special game. Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
You punny bastard.
Stop
you.
it.
Brought to you by Friedrich HVAC Systems. Get serious about comfort and energy savings with Friedrich. Visit Friedrich.com.
I want to throw myself out the window, I'll be honest with
same.
you after that. All right, Rafe, we're playing
Guess which Perry?
Guess Which Perry.
And it's not going to be as easy as you think.
Okay, so Rafe's going to give us a quote. It's either Katy Perry, Tyler Perry, or Matthew Perry.
That's correct.
And we'll go around the room. We got 20 altogether. We have our respective teammates on the phone here. So Kevin is with Moon. Cody's with Lern. Justin, I'm playing for Justin. And Sarah, you are playing for Ethan.
Okay.
Okay.
So whoever gets the most right, our respective teammates on the phone will win. We have Imagine Dragons tickets, we have Blue October tickets, and we got Smashing Pumpkins tickets.
Can you go through the Perrys one more time? Katie, Tyler,
Matthew.
Matthew. Okay.
So how do you want to do this, Rafe?
Someone needs to keep score.
I will keep score.
All right.
All right. I think we just go around the horn. I will give, we can either start with you and work our way to Sarah or vice versa. And I will give you 5 quotes in a row, and you tell me who they're from, and we will keep respective score as
Katie,
we go. And I have a
Tyler, or
tiebreaker
Matthew.
question if needed.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Who do you want to start with? I don't care.
Let's start with you,
Okay.
Scott Rizzuto.
Here we go.
All right, Scott. Which Perry said it? I'm hopeless and awkward and desperate for love.
Matthew.
That is correct,
Yes.
Matthew Perry.
Well done, well done.
Yes.
1 for 1. Number 2, Scott Rizzuto. I think music is a great escape, and it can really transport you to a different time or place. It's amazing how a song can bring back memories.
Katie.
Incorrect, Matthew Perry.
No.
Also Matthew Perry.
Trick
for
question.
Number 3, I have multiple personality disorder. Bless you. They didn't say bless you. I have multiple personality disorder, in a very good way, of course, when it comes to my fashion choices.
Tyler Perry.
Katy Perry. One again, buddy. One for. Number 4, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be a therapist or maybe a chef or maybe just watch TV all day. I'm flexible.
Tyler.
That is correct.
Yes.
Tyler
Wow.
Perry. And finally, for your last and 5th question. I say more dumb things before 9 a.m. than most people say all day.
Matthew.
Correct.
Yes.
Matthew Perry. Rizz is 3.
Strong.
What a Matthew
3 for
Perry.
5.
That was really good, man.
Very strong.
I'm proud
3
of
for
you.
5's good.
All right.
3 for 5's not bad. All right, Moon Valjean.
Okay,
Who are
give
you
me.
playing for?
Kevin.
Moon and Kevin. Kevin, listen closely, because you're not involved. Moon,
Yes.
I think humor can save you from anything except maybe an oncoming bus.
Oh, man. Tyler or Matthew. I feel like that's Matthew, but you were so heavy on the Matthews with Rizz. I'll stay with Matthew.
That is correct. It is Matthew Perry.
Yes.
All right. 1 for 1.
As a woman, I've learned that you don't have to fit into anyone else's idea of who you should be. You can define yourself.
Say it one more time.
As a woman, I've learned you don't have to fit into anyone else's idea of who you should be. You can define yourself.
Now, that could be
a trick question.
That could be Katie or Tyler, because Tyler is Medea,
Medea.
and he's throwing us. He's throwing us here. But he's got this weird Rafe
I
smirk.
just laughed at her reaction to it.
Is that what you're laughing at? Is that really what you're
I
laughing
don't know.
at?
Didn't
Could be.
answer.
I think he's trying to fool me. But then I think he's trying to fool me. So I'll say Katie.
It's correct. It is Katy.
Yes! Yes!
All right.
All right. Number 3. I'm allergic to failure.
Great!
I'm allergic to failure, and success gives me hives.
I'm allergic to failure, and success gives me hives. That sounds like something that Matthew would say. Show me, Matthew.
That is correct. Matthew Perry. 3 for 3. A strong woman knows how to handle herself, and trust me, I know how to handle myself.
Man.
That does not sound like something Katie would say. Show me, Tyler!
That is correct. Tyler Perry from Medea goes to jail.
Sorry, Justin. Justin's out.
Justin's out.
Can he go
5
5 for 5? I have a habit of telling jokes at inappropriate times. It's a skill, really.
Now, that is the first one with a 3-horse race here. Say it one more time, please.
I have a habit of telling jokes at inappropriate times. It's a skill, really.
I hate to say this, but that sounds like something cutesy that somebody would say that doesn't necessarily do that, but wants the attention for it. Show me Katy Perry.
That is correct. It is Katy Perry.
5 for 5. Wow.
I did not think anyone would go 5 for 5 on this.
Yes!
Oh, he just did.
Feeling good.
Do we need to continue to play? I mean,
Well, yeah.
I think so.
Feeling good,
Go
Lewis.
5 for 5, too.
Because there's a tiebreaker question.
There's a tiebreaker.
There
if you
is,
need it.
yeah.
it's also 9 o'clock. I just want to let you know. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
No, we're
All right.
good.
All right, Lern, are you ready?
Yes.
If I were a guy, and did I just say if I were a guy? If I were a guy, and did I just say if I were a guy?
Is
that the
Did they
question?
repeat themselves? Are they me?
That's it. If I were a guy, and did I just say if I were a guy?
That's
End
Matthew
quote.
Perry.
That is Matthew Perry, correct.
Nicely done.
And Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing.
That is a Chandler Bing quote.
That's a Bingism.
And some of these are Bingisms, some of these are interviews. Next up, you can't underestimate me because I'm a woman, but you'll regret it later.
Katy Perry.
And correct, that is Tyler
Damn
Perry,
it.
Medea's Family Reunion.
Sorry, Cody.
All right, let's try this one. A woman can do anything a man can do, but she can do it in heels.
Katy Perry.
Incorrect, that is also Tyler Perry from Medea's.
Damn.
Damn you, Tyler Perry. Damn you.
I'm a little bit of a prankster. If you leave your phone unattended, you better believe I'm going to change your ringtone.
Tyler Perry.
That is actually Katy Perry. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
And finally, to maybe shred of dignity. It's funny when you look at someone through rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Show me Tyler Perry.
That is Matthew Perry, and you are 1 for 5. You are out of the race. All right.
Sorry, Cody.
Terrible showing. All right,
No,
Sarah.
No pressure, Sarah. You
There's
have to
so
go
much
5 for
pressure.
5.
5 for 5.
All right, here's Perry on Perry.
I'm a woman who's been through the fire and came out shining.
Tyler Perry.
That is Tyler Perry from Medea Goes to Jail.
Nicely done.
Next up, I'm a woman who has been through a lot, and I'm still here I'm still standing strong.
Tyler Perry.
That is Katy Perry. I'm sorry. You're so close. All right, just for fun, let's see how you do. Okay. I'm proud to be a woman who speaks her mind, even when it's not popular. I think it's important to stand up for what you believe in.
Who's what are mine? Say it again.
I'm proud to be a woman who speaks her mind, even when it's not popular. I think it's important to stand up for what you believe in.
Katy?
That is Katy Perry.
Right on.
I've always found it fascinating how music can change your mood instantly. You can go from being in a bad mood to feeling uplifted just by listening to the right song.
I want to say Katy, but I don't think it'll be Katy again. Matthew.
That is Matthew Perry. You are correct.
Nice.
All right. And to go 4 for 5. If she gets this one right, will we give her person tickets?
No. Okay.
So no pressure.
Okay.
I'm not really a morning person, but if you bribe me with coffee and a joke, I'll consider getting out of bed.
Katy Perry.
That is Katy Perry.
4 for 5.
So close. Can we know what the tiebreaker question
Sure.
is?
What do you? We can do a tiebreaker between you and Moon, just for fun.
For fun.
Because if you get this right, then it's technically is a tie.
True.
What are the total ages combined of Matthew Perry, R.I.P., at time of death, Tyler Perry, and Katy Perry? What total amount of years do you believe them to be?
Can I use this?
Uh-huh.
Well, all right. Well, I'll write it down.
I'll write it down. Closest without going even. All right. Scott Rizzuto. What do you believe the combined age of the three Perrys?
140.
140. Moon Valjean.
Show me 158.
158.
148.
148. And Sarah Perry.
135.
135. The correct answer and closest would be Lern. 147.
Whoa! All right.
She was one off.
All right. Good with numbers, bad with
numbers,
quotes.
yeah. Hey, Sarah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Helium Comedy Club tonight, 8 o'clock. Rafe will be there, some special guests. Anything to plug? Podcast, website, what do we got?
Sure, yeah. You can check me out at SperryComedy.com. Sperry, like those little boat shoes that frat guys wear.
Yeah. And your dad.
And my father.
Dad rock.
Everything's on there. And Sperry Comedy on Instagram, Twitter, all the handles is Sperry Comedy.
All right, awesome. Well, good luck. And whenever you're back in town, you and your mom always have a place here.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Bye, Tina. Yeah, and Tina. Let's give a hand for Tina. Tina. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. I believe our buddy Chuck Wallace is here, the VP and GM of Bommarito, because there's a big race this weekend.
That's right.
We're going to talk about it. It's 9:05. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The Bommarito 500 at WWT Raceway is not just a race, it is a spectacle. So go to WWTRaceway.com now because the first deal is the best deal. We've got a right-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle 70 westbound at Cave Springs. Still a right-hand shoulder block due to a crash 270 northbound just before Gravois. Your point forecast, T-storms, possible west and southwest of us. Cloudy this morning with sunshine later. High of 85 right now at 76 at the Point Studio.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
All right, welcome back to the program. Joining us, the VP and GM of the Bommarito Automotive Group, Mr. Chuck Wallace in studio.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, dude.
Morning.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to be seen.
Dude, it's a big weekend at the track.
It's a great weekend at the track. It's going to be exciting. It looks like the weather's going to cooperate. So,
yeah,
soon.
We're getting all the rain out of the way during the week. I think Friday's looking pretty good too because there's it's not. Listen, the IndyCar race is on Saturday, but it's a Friday and Saturday thing over the track.
Yes.
Because of course you got practice, you got qualifying. So qualifying over Worldwide Technology Raceway is Friday night. So Friday night at 6:45. If you want to see these incredible cars qualify for the big Bommarito Automotive Group 500, which is on Saturday.
Correct. You know, Friday's a great day to come out if you got small kids and you don't want to take them to the race because it's more crowded. But Friday's a great day. There's things going on out there all weekend and qualifying. You get a chance to see all the cars and stars.
Yeah.
A little bit closer.
And listen, for those of you who don't know racing that much, so they know racing like NASCAR racing. Indy's open car. Open wheel. Way different.
Much different.
Much different than NASCAR. First of all, these cars are faster.
Faster, lighter, open wheel. NASCARs, you're not rubbing, you're not racing. Indy car, you can't touch. And
if you touch, it's over.
It's over. It's pretty much over. And they go fast. You know, they travel about a football field per second.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what was, I read the stat this morning. So at the first Indianapolis 500, the average speed of the winner was 75 miles an hour.
Ray Haroon, I believe, won that race.
At 75 miles an hour.
Yep.
These cars that you'll see on Friday and Saturday are going over 200 miles an hour, up and down the front back stretch.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a 1.25 mile oval, and it's kind of egg-shaped. So each side of the track, the north and south, are totally different corners. So, the cars are set up differently.
Yeah.
And, 3 and 4 are super fast. They got to let off in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So
they call it a paper clip. So the track looks like a paper clip.
Right. That's good. That's good.
So so the top of the paper clip is wider than the bottom. The bottom is thinner. So it's a different way to drive the track. It's not your typical oval,
right?
That you'd see, a NASCAR going around, or even some of these Indy cars. And the storyline this weekend's pretty good too, because there's 5 races left in the season. 4 of the last 5 races are on oval tracks, and the guy who's in the lead, the points lead, Alex Palau, has not won on an oval yet.
Yeah.
He's not won on an oval yet. And Scott Dixon is in 3rd place, and he was the winner last year.
Yeah, well, Joseph Newgarden's won 4 times, so he's got our number here in St. Louis. So don't count him out. And Dixon's a 6-time IndyCar champion, and don't ever count him out. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really exciting race.
Yeah, and if you have not been to a race, again, it's a whole family thing. Bring the entire family. It's a whole day thing. The kids love watching fast cars. The moms and dads love watching the actual racing. There's things to do throughout the track.
It's so nice to see the kids, little kids there. It's so because they're bright-eyed, and it's unlike stick and ball sports. They don't go through a tunnel. I mean, you go to a ball game or a hockey game or something like those are fantastic sports, but race car drivers, you can get up close and personal. You can take your kids into the paddock area when it's not hot, and see the drivers and look at the technicians and look at all the equipment. I mean, it's really exciting for kids, and there's a lot to do out there. There's a midway, there's a fan zone. It's not just racing; it's an event. It's a weekend event.
It's like a festival.
Yeah,
it really is. And you want to talk about top of the line technology, the way these cars are put together. I mean, how much does one of these cars cost?
$1 million.
$1 million for one of those cars.
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah, the owners don't like them when they crash.
For sure. How much are the repairs? Like, how much can that get up to usually? $1 million car?
You take it to Meineke, you're fine.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Our
And a coupon.
we have Santino Ferrucci driving the 14 Bommarito Chevrolet AJ48 racing car. So our livery's on that car. I was talking to Ferrucci last time I was in town. I said, "What's it like to wreck a car and see your people put it back together and you get back in it and go 200 miles an hour?" He says, "Well, I get really nervous when they fixed it in like an hour." He said, "I'd feel a lot better if they'd worked on it all night."
Yeah,
Right.
There's a
took it
big
out the
trust
next day.
thing there.
Yeah, there's a big trust thing.
So who's the driver of the Bommarito car this year?
Santino Ferrucci, very exciting driver.
And what else you guys, so you guys got this Turn 4 experience too.
Yeah, we got the Bommarito Experience Center. We've had it since day one. It's very popular. Sugar Fire Barbecue, it's elevated. There's 3 different levels on it, so you're kind of above the track and you're coming out of Turn 4. You see, the sight line's beautiful. Beer and wine all day. IndyCar bar. It's an exciting.
Nice.
It's an
So you could buy a ticket to go watch the race.
Yeah, you can go to the track and hit the Bommarito button, or you can go to bommarito.com and hit the Bommarito button, but there's still tickets available. And you can also buy Worldwide Technology tickets at worldwidetechnology.com.
Yeah.
The tickets are for sale also.
Dude, I tell you, if you have not been to a race, this is the race to go to. It's on Saturday, but go both days. Go Friday and Saturday. Watch the cars practice. Watch the cars qualify. There's a couple races before the big race on Saturday.
Saturday's a great day. It's an evening race at 5:20. It'll get cool off. It'll start getting dark. These cars are beautiful under the lights. If you've never seen these cars live, it's nothing like on TV. You can't, when you smell it, feel it, and see how fast these cars go and do not touch.
Yeah.
It's quite a show.
And of course at the racetrack, all the pomp and circumstance. The flyover, the fire, all that stuff. It's so cool to see.
Yeah.
Do you guys sell the headphones for kids at like the shop, like at the store there? So if that's something that maybe people don't have earphones for their kids, but they want to hook them up with that, they don't have to.
Yeah,
you can buy them there.
There's a truck there that sells them.
Perfect.
Rinse sells them. They go to every race.
Yeah, ear protection is good for everybody actually.
Yeah.
And you can get you can get the little ones too. They're they're available everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything, Rafe.
Is it too late to enter a Rizzuto Show car? 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
We can talk about it next year for sure.
All right, because I can be there, man.
Yeah, can I race my 2018 Jeep Wrangler?
Right,
just pull up next to one of these Indy cars.
My
Jeep's worth.
On a serious note, I bet you could get on the track. I bet you know someone who
I know somebody.
For sure.
I did get to do the
not during the IndyCar race.
For my 30th birthday, my wife bought me it was the Richard Petty driving school experience.
That's so cool, man.
And have you ever done it?
No, but I would love to. That's something that just sounds amazing.
My mom did it down in Florida.
Yeah, they had it here. And does it still come once a year to the track over here? The Richard Petty driving school. She got it to me for my 30th birthday, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life.
I did it here in St. Louis years ago before it was worldwide technology. It was fun.
I mean, you put on the fire suit, and you were in a car by yourself.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My mom said she was terrified because she's a fast driver anyway. So she thought, she used to have a Firebird with T-tops, so she thought she was cool. And then she goes, all right, I'm going to do this. And she got the fire suit on, and I watched my mom go. I don't know how much she got up to, but I was terrified for her. And she was like shaking when she got out of it because you've never gone that fast before. You've never driven that fast.
And not hit the brakes when you make a turn.
Right.
And expect the tires to not go out from underneath you and into the wall.
Have you done a two-seater ride in an Indy car?
Oh.
No.
Maybe that's something we can work out next year. You got to experience that.
Yes.
Yes. I'm in. Because next year.
That's like flying in an F-16.
Yeah.
To me.
They've already announced next year's race. It's going to be on Father's Day. It's going to be on Father's Day, so it's a June race. So the Bommarito Automotive Group 500 will be next year on Father's Day.
What a great gift for dads, right?
Right?
Perfect.
How about get him a gift for maybe you struck out this year. Get him a gift of tickets for Saturday.
There you go.
WWTRaceway.com. That's where you get your tickets. Make sure you check out the Bommarito experience in Turn 4.
Bommarito.com.
Get your tickets for that. That's the whole VIP experience up there.
Yes.
So, hey, have a great time this weekend.
I know you
will.
We're going to have a great time. It's our 8th year. We're excited about it. It's been a really good run-up, and track has done so much work out there. If you have not been out there, if you haven't been to the Raceway in a couple years, come out and see it. It's unbelievable what Curtis and his crew have done. And Chris, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good time down there. WWTRaceway.com. That's Mr. Truck Walls, VP and GM of the Bommarito Automotive Group. Hey, you guys know anybody that's ever run onto the field during a baseball game?
No.
I bet you we do. I bet you we all know somebody.
I mean, I went to a game with somebody who did it.
Oh, during the game that you were there?
We were there. We all came together. And we were left one man short.
And
you had to go to that little jail under the stadium?
You probably owed him 20 bucks?
No, he was hammered. And dear Alex McDonald, he ran out of the field. He was the first person to run onto Yankee Stadium turf after 9/11, and they made an example out of him.
Hasn't been seen since.
No, they put him in jail for a week.
Damn.
Wow.
Idiot.
Has he been back?
I don't know. He owns a pizza place in Connecticut now. I haven't talked to him in years.
Is it good pizza?
Interesting detail I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. Anyway, and I bring that up because I guess the Cubs and White Sox played over the weekend, and during one of the games Saturday night, 2 people ran onto the field, like separate times. So one guy, it was normal, typical, run on the field, security chases him, tackled, escorts him off the field.
Right.
Nice little appointment with the legal system.
Nice. I was at the game, that very famous Cardinals one, that made news because he was totally naked, and he was out there, and the picture that was shot from like the dugout had him running He had his butt crack, and then the big giant Budweiser sign behind it said something like, "Your personal hero."
Oh yeah, okay, I've seen the picture.
Or whatever it was. It was like
picture.
it was like the greatest picture, and I was there and saw that live. That was fun.
I wonder if anybody expects to jump on the field and get away with it. You know you're getting caught. Has anybody in the history of jumping onto a field ever gotten away with it?
Yes, you do see those videos. There's some amazing videos where you'll see somebody jump on and then they dodge people, and sometimes they'll
a baseball field. I've seen it at
baseball,
soccer matches.
No. Yeah, soccer matches. I saw
because the walls are low.
Yeah, and they jump back over. I saw one at some event. Maybe it couldn't have been Olympics, but it was some big packed event, and they dodged security and they got out. And it was an escape
it's funny
attempt.
seeing some of these overweight security guards get juked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you feel like you'd want some people that were fit,
and most of them are.
Wow.
And most of them are.
Listen, we've all had the idea. Maybe not the idea, but the thought when you see somebody do it, and you're like, "Oh man, I could have made that move."
It's like the call of the void. It's there, dude.
I could have done that.
Every game, it's there.
I could have got out, and then you go over the wall over here, and then.
So I said that. So 2 guys in one game, separate incidents over the weekend in Chicago. So one guy, typical, got tackled. The other guy tried to jump over the outfield wall, broke his ankle immediately.
Oh, not a good start.
Yep, jumped from the outfield bleachers, ended up breaking his ankle on the landing.
Is there a video of that?
Yeah, yes.
White Sox.
Yes.
This is White Sox Yankees, right?
White Sox Cubs. Both fans, both around on the field, criminal trespass charges. So, whoops. Wow.
I do enjoy the jovial nature of when they do just take off and they look like a golden retriever or something. They're just so happy to be out there. Everybody's booing or clapping.
Most are clapping.
Their face is
They don't show them on TV anymore.
I know.
They don't show it on TV anymore because they don't want to encourage that type of stuff. But
there's been a few at Chiefs games that I've been at in recent years. They don't show them on TV, but that's a different run-on.
Really?
A football field's a different run-on than a baseball field.
Well, do you remember?
Because the player might clip you.
Well, do you remember, I think it was a Rams game out in L.A., where a Rams player put his shoulder into, and the guy wanted to press charges.
No, yeah.
Remember that?
No way he could, though, right?
I think they just dropped the whole thing. All right, here's sports real quick.
Oh, I got the video. Here's the video of the Cubs one. This guy running. So this is the first one.
First one, yeah. He runs, and he gets tackled.
The second one, you see everybody get their phone out because this guy's about to go over the wall. And then the players are just looking at him like, well,
yeah, because he's in a heap. He broke his ankle.
Oh, my gosh. All the players just have their hands on their hips. Oh, that's so good. All right, sports is brought to you by Jack and Coke, the popular cocktail now available in ready-to-drink can. Let's start with baseball. More home runs for the Reds in 1 hour and 59 minutes. The Reds and their starter Hunter Green worked the Cardinals for a 4-1 victory Tuesday night at Great American Ballpark. They go again in Cincinnati today, 5:40. Speaking of the White Sox, Juan Soto has hit a lot of home runs in his relatively brief MLB career, and yesterday he did something he's never done at the MLB level. Hit 3 home runs in a single game. Soto torched the White Sox with home runs in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th innings to account for each of the 4 Yankees runs batted in a 4-1 Yankees win. Club America converted a penalty kick in the 86th minute on its way to a 4-2 win over City SC in League's Cup match at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. City SC took a 2-1 lead in the 79th with the biggest chance for the biggest win in the club's history, but couldn't withstand a furious attack by the top team in North America. Club America will face Colorado, a 2-1 winner over Liga Mexico in Toluca on Saturday. Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it. All
right, thank you. One final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. Wow, what a whirlwind of a show, huh?
Yeah.
Totally.
Hey, big thanks to Sarah Perry. See her at Helium Comedy Club tonight. Rafe's going to be doing a set tonight with
in,
Sarah.
baby.
Popping in.
Running that LA set. Come tell me what you think. Don't actually tell me. Just come.
Just clap and be nice. Also, thanks to Chuck Wallace from Bommarito, talking about the big IndyCar race coming up on Saturday at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Today's podcast is titled
Find Me a Baby Gary.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck doing that. All right, Moon, what else you got?
Teenage Dirtbags and Alabama Dirtbags free show Ballwind Days. It's happening this Friday. Ballwind Days is going all weekend, but we're kicking off the concert series. 7 p.m. is the start. We'll play for a couple hours. There's fireworks, there's vendors, there's rides, there's all sorts of stuff. Teenage Dirtbags rocking the 90s alternative, and the Alabama Dirtbags rocking your 90s country hits. Ballwind Days, 7 p.m. free show. See you there.
Lern.
Just follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. You can see where my band's going. You can see my cats. You can, see what I'm up to. I jumped in a pool with all my clothes on yesterday. It was pretty sweet, you guys. Follow me on the socials.
Sounds exciting.
Did show this weekend, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Buried the lead. Go see one of my friends play in their respective bands this weekend, and follow me at I am Rafe Williams on all the socials. And I don't have nothing going on this weekend. I'll be hanging around.
Cool.
Catch me at Schnucks.
All right. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com.